Hey everybody, welcome to the director's commentary for President's Day. I'm David Zuckerman, I was the director. I also played Jake, and I was one of the writers and producers.
Hey, I'm Jordan Leach. I was one of the producers, and I played Abraham Lincoln, and I was also the first AD on the project.
My name's Ben. I played Rudiger. I wrote some of this. I produced it. I did various things at the times they need to get done.
And I'm Judd. I played Brett, and I'm part of everything they just said.
Look at that.
All right, David, tell us about the scene because it's pretty interesting.
This was actually the second cold open we filmed, because we filmed one...
And the fourth one we wrote.
Right. Yeah, no kidding. You actually see the original we filmed. It's in the TV later, but we just felt like this one worked. It was quicker, it was funnier. That's a fun little note.
It's filmed in the garage.
It's filmed in my garage, actually.
Damn.
That's how much money we had. So
that's gonna be a constant.
That's how much
theme.
money
that's gonna be something you're gonna hear a lot.
That's how much money we had left.
Yeah.
The opening was the last thing we shot.
Yeah, no kidding.
Dude,
So one thing that people seem to love is this opening credit sequence, which I animated.
Jordan, right there.
Yeah, that's Jordan's body, but yeah, I animated it.
David was in there a couple times, so it's
I'm in there once. No, I'm in there once.
Well,
That's me!
You were the first time when it was you and me pulling again.
That was
You're at the end.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's
I
sidekick.
love these opening credits, man. I think that for me, opening credits are one of my favorite things about that's why the new Westworld series. I just love.
Right. No, that's why I wanted. That's why I wanted to do kind of a
cool. You gotta grab them by the pussy right away.
Oh look, that's
a presidential quote.
That's a presidential joke.
It's a quote of a president.
That's why I wanted to do something like this, though.
But you gotta get their attention right away, and this is so good.
Yeah.
Like, this whole thing is a metaphor for basically
That
how our country is just going to hell, basically. So
about how presidents are ninjas.
So, if you didn't pick up on it when watching the film regularly, which I hope you did before watching this is a joke about found footage movies.
How we hate them.
Terrible. The worst version of horror.
Just the worst. Yeah. So this is Monica Ricketts.
What a babe.
Right. She's our lead. She's our lead who played Lily. We actually found her through a friend of Ben's, and she was fantastic. She was super sweet on set.
We worked together on a sketch.
Yeah, and
there's my best friend in the world, Dax Hill.
There's Dax Hill, who we met through Judd.
He was cast at the very last minute.
He was the last one casted of the kids.
It was great actually for both these actors because they actually.
And that's me. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Tell your story. I cut you off.
Both these actors, Dax and Monica, actually filled in for who we originally cast, and we found them afterwards, and they ended up being perfect.
Far better than who we had cast originally,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
And there's Rudiger.
Oh hey! Oh man, that bullcat.
So another fun story. We flew in our actor who played Teddy Roosevelt from Canada, and when he first got on set, he took one look at Ben.
And I said, "Hey, it's so nice to meet you, Rob. Like, really excited you're here." And he kept on like, he's like, I'm like, wow, this guy's being really fucking patronizing.
And so,
I found out later.
Yeah, we come to find out later, he actually thought Ben was mentally ill because of that haircut.
He thought it was like a Make-A-Wish thing.
Yeah, he thought like, oh wow, that's that guy's real haircut.
You guys never told me that.
Yeah. He thought that was his real haircut.
And he thought he was like, oh, like, go get him, champ. And it came off super condescending. So I didn't like Rob at first.
Dude, speaking of babes. Look
Yeah,
at this
here's Brittany Rosoff. Brittany Faith Rosoff, my bad, who just killed it.
She was not thrilled to play this type of role because it's often something she had
she gets typecast as.
Sure,
but she did so well. She made it. What was basically a throwaway character ended up being one of the funniest characters.
It wasn't even close.
I gotta say
with
something
Brittany.
about
Like,
Brittany
she was
before we move on
Ashley.
to Max.
What?
So throughout the movie, I was trying to make you guys break as much as I could, and we'll see that in here. But like, I tried my best to make. But Brittany was the only one that almost made me laugh, and like piss my pants laughing. She is so.
Oh, she tried.
She's super funny.
so
She's
funny.
super funny.
No, but Max here is
Chelsea Leach,
Yeah, Chelsea Leach.
our costume designer.
Who was also our costume designer. She is one of my oldest friends who I met back in college.
fantastic actress.
Fantastic
This is
actor, yeah.
And
outside of the normal what she usually plays, which is great.
And here is just the biggest fucking asshole you'll ever meet.
I think,
I got another fun story about this fucking movie. We rented this motorcycle and I ended up driving it all the way from Hawthorne. I get back to the valley where we filmed this sequence, and our cam op also has a motorcycle license and was so excited at the prospect of driving a motorcycle, but I told everyone, no. And you see this dent on the tank right there. This is part of that story.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, no one gets to ride it because it's in my name and, I'm renting it. And he's like, please, I'll ride it around the corner. I was like, all right, ride it around the block, whatever. Because
Where did we get this girl
he's a far more experienced rider than I am. He gets on the bike, drives 2 feet, and runs into a 1-ton truck. Just without hesitation.
Love the guy, but quite ironic.
It was hilarious.
And these are 2 different locations.
He's
Yeah.
not gonna be thrilled that we're
He knows. Oh, he knows.
Oh,
So,
guys,
okay,
by the way.
so Babe here. Babe
Forgot
here.
the Babe, yeah.
Yes.
That's
Babe.
Cassie Coons, terrific actress, too.
Super nice. Super beautiful.
cool, yeah.
Clearly.
Thankfully, no one ever watches the director's commentary.
It's funny how when she's in the shot, your eyes are drawn to the trees.
This was
Wonder
shot in
why
2
that
completely
is.
locations. This is shot up in Idlewild, California, as was
Most of the movie.
most of the movie. Now
This
we're
was-
back in the valley.
Yeah, we shot
That's
in
driving.
2 locations, but mainly 1.
I mean, Idlewild is where we shot
filmed-
90%
Yeah,
of the
we
movie.
filmed the
By the
movie.
way, that car's empty right there. None of the other
Yeah.
people that got
Yeah.
in that car are in there.
That's
except for
Idlewild,
me.
California. It's
I
up by
mean-
the some mountains.
Yeah, we filmed the movie in Idlewild, California, which is
Nice little mountain town.
a little mountain town, real small, real secluded, and they hated us.
Yeah, they did.
They absolutely hated us.
We really hoped there'd be snow on the grounds by the time we shot.
There was a
and there is
patch of
some.
ice that we kept tripping on.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so let's clarify. We literally shot this movie in the span of a week.
Which is
Yeah.
crazy. Which is crazy.
So that was so much fun for
no
me
money.
as a first AD, having to schedule that.
But hey, Casablanca was shot in a week.
It turned out great. Like the crew and the cast were just amazing. It's so much fun to work with these people.
Here's Eric
Love
Myers.
This scene. Comedian Eric Myers, who's
So
Just fantastic.
Brilliant.
yeah, he was fantastic.
Real class act. We can't suck every actor's dick.
no, dude. Every actor.
But everyone in this was so good. I don't
I
anyone.
Me neither.
This we.
Oh, here he goes.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that your shirt?
They're both my shirts.
I've seen some shit.
Yeah, they're both.
Twirling that gum was an improv too.
Yeah.
Brittany has improv moments that are just golden.
True.
Things like popping the gum.
reaction
twirling.
shots, like
It's
90%
just-
of the reaction shots we use in these teen scenes are usually Brittany because she's
She's
always at it.
she's just great.
How long did you practice twirling that lighter?
Not a whole lot because I just dropped it.
That lighter actually says "fuck communism" on it. Nice little Easter egg. Yeah, we just in case it was in
I
a
forgot.
shot.
There's little props and Easter eggs.
We
There's
wanted
little tiny
every
Easter
prop
eggs
to
that
have
no
some
one's
sort of
gonna see.
Americana type tie-in.
That's a weird thing to say.
I've seen this shit.
Wait, wasn't she on the other side of that? She was like
No, she was on that side. There's our racist joke.
Thinking it's just another.
What, our
One-
first,
one of
our
our
first
first,
of
yeah.
many.
Yes.
One of the cool things about this too is this all spawned from a fake trailer we filmed for a YouTube person, influencer. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, it's what they.
Yeah, and we ended up deciding that the fake trailer was so funny that we're like, why don't we not release that and actually make the fucking movie? So that's what we did. But as we were writing it, it was kind of cool because we always knew that Judd was going to play Brett, that Ben was going to play Rudiger, that I was going to play Jake, and that Chelsea was going to play Max. So it was kind of cool that we could start to write some of the jokes around that. So that's why pretty much everyone just attacks my race. Because we just knew, because I'm super racially ambiguous on a whole bunch of things.
Before we
I
move on to
think
this
that
bit, though,
also-
real quick, I just want to give a shout out to my stepdad, John. Thanks for the car, man. Came in handy. It's the only
Also-
car that we owned that could fit everyone.
When we were auditioning, we did ask Chelsea, who plays Mac, we asked her to step in and read for the part of
Lily.
Lily.
Yeah.
Because she's such a great actress. We
She
were just
almost played Lily, yeah.
she almost- but
I do want to mention though that
she created that character of Max. Sorry, mention it.
no, yeah.
This was an improvised.
This
line.
wasn't
Yeah.
This out there.
improvisation,
Because we did this take about 7 times because I did my
She
best.
kept making Chelsea laugh. He made all of us laugh. Really.
breaking. Yeah.
I think you kind of see it. You see it in her face.
I had this because
You'll see a smirk happen the next time you see her.
because I ended up editing the film,
See?
and I had to edit around all of her laughs.
She's trying to.
So this is the cabin.
Also, right here, I'm mooning Chelsea outside.
So again, we had no money, so half of the cast and crew, which is about 30 people all in all, were at this cabin actually sleeping here, where the other was like a different
Yeah,
cabin.
it was like the keys. So like me, Jordan, James,
Yeah.
You and I were at the other one. So we're not-
camera and lighting.
Oh, no, yeah, we didn't.
Which, when we shot the original trailer, which we didn't actually put out, it was supposed to be run down, dirty, and so a couple lines were thrown in there, and they ended up getting changed as far as the direction goes because this cabin was actually really nice.
Super nice.
It was
Well, not
crazy.
when we left. No, I'm
Oh,
just kidding.
so
Actually,
I have to mention here,
Oh, hey.
yeah, in this scene, you'll see when Rudiger kind of like walks past Monica.
I
This is,
hit her in the face.
yeah,
and
this
everyone
is
said
one of
it
the
was
bad
an
acts.
accident.
So, like,
It was an accident.
Only
I
a
didn't
couple,
mean it.
like we had a pretty safe set, but only a couple times
he was
that
in
people get hurt.
character.
He was
I
so
was
in
in
character.
character.
He was
I'm
so in
taller than
character
her.
that he just shoulder checked her in the fucking face.
It was an accident.
It was.
She cried, and then I cried, and then she cried because I was crying, and I was crying because we were both crying. There was a lot of crying. We hugged it out. It was fine.
And then
And
everybody
I was
loved
in
each
the
other
other room
afterwards.
trying to avoid the awkwardness.
Yeah. Let's just say David
Look at
as the
that
director
creepy
was
clown.
At one
not
point, David had to say,
thrilled.
like, "Hey, I know you almost killed Monica, but you're messing up your lines."
Yeah.
Before he
Forget you
shoulder
did that
checks
for a
her-
second.
Before he shoulder checks her, look at that creepy clown, and then there's like that baby head on his.
Oh, I'll talk
Yeah,
about the baby head
yeah,
in a second. I'll talk
yeah,
about the baby
we'll go
head
back to
later.
that baby
shoulder
head.
checked her. But that our set deck. Look at that. Our set deck was so good, man. They had all these weird random props
Right.
laying around.
And yeah, you'll
This-
see them in every room of the house because they get moved around like a motherfucker.
No kidding.
The baby had the.
This
There's
book-
the
the
Necronomicon.
one that
Yeah,
looks
that
like
book was
nightmare
actually a
from Sid's
gift
room.
from
The
my father.
Necroamericon.
The Necroamericon was a gift
Is that
from
what
my
we called
father.
it?
I think
That's,
so.
I just came
Yeah.
up with that.
That's
now.
great.
Nope,
Well,
that was-
that's what it is now.
Look at that.
And then this is our. Oh yeah, so we had this jacuzzi scene in the script, but we're like, okay, if we can't find a cabin without a jacuzzi, we'll cut it. But I'm very happy we were able to.
Oh no, it's
yeah,
great.
we
It's great.
We looked at a lot of cabins that day, and we.
Actually, so that
Sorry,
so
just
so
distracted by
that
noise.
bathing suit was one of the hardest things to find.
Mine?
Yeah, because it had to be feminine and like girly like that, and it had to fit you.
Yes.
You're a big guy.
Yeah, and you're like the tallest dude in the whole
No,
cast.
tell them more about how good I look.
Yeah, and then that bathing suit was also hard to find.
Yeah, because
how do we
so
find the
much
most
shot.
ridiculous thing in the world?
Yeah, Chelsea.
Oh,
was,
okay.
Chelsea was great when it came
Let's talk
to
about this.
the costumes.
Oh yeah, that Chelsea also did costumes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great. Yeah.
Everybody had a couple of roles in this.
Yeah, no,
More than-
because we're kind of tight on money and. One of the things with the costumes that I had told Chelsea was I want to kind of color coordinate the characters because I feel like a lot of the times that kind of just helps with personality and themes through them. So like we kept Brett and
Keep the
Ashley.
motifs consistent.
Yeah, we kept Brett and Ashley like loud and yellow like that.
So you remember the guy who shot himself in the face in the opening scene? He actually composed this party version of Yankee Doodle.
Oh yeah, he did.
right.
That was
Shabbos.
Elliot Shabbos. Shabbos.
This scene was quite fun to shoot. People
It
were
was?
just
Yep.
breaking left and right.
I think the
especially
direction
with,
with me.
Oh, because of the dancing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
yes.
my direction that I got was go full Carlton.
Tell
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
about this moment, David. What we did, why we did this.
Actually, Ben knows more.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
because he loves to lean.
Yeah,
It's because like the cool,
cool
rebel
guy.
guy and everything.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
he's
cool
like
guy,
saying
and I had to
he's
find my. I had
So
to
this
find,
is me going full Carlton.
I had to
That's-
find my perfect spot on the wall.
That clip unedited is about 2.5 minutes.
We just let him
And
go.
I was losing. My
Yeah, we just
shit
let him go.
Laughing at it. It was so
We were
To no
all
music.
dying, yeah.
To no music. Yeah, without the
We
music,
did
this
a
party
long,
is the
we did a
lamest thing in
long
the world.
flip cup shot that took what like
And it
30
didn't work,
minutes to
so-
film.
Oh,
We didn't put it in.
And then I ended up not using it. And there's what we call her potato face.
Potato face.
Yeah.
And Brett is passed out.
Yeah, and Brett is passed out.
It's funny that like most of the beers are unopened.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like they're just keeping them warm. We know they're in the fridge because we show it later.
They're drunk off life.
I didn't think
Yeah,
about that. None
that's
of the beers
fucking.
are-
I've never noticed
none
that.
of the beers
That
are open.
infuriates me now. They're all capped. Every last one of them.
No,
And they're
I
all
know,
filled
I
with
know
water,
what,
too,
I know
'cause
what,
that's-
I know what Art did was they hot glued them on top.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't like fuck up and.
Spill
No, I mean-
and get everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good for the looks, but then we didn't.
So wait, we got to talk about this scene because this is one of my favorite scenes.
This is a scene.
There's
there's my
white
butt.
ass.
This is one of the only scenes that we wrote together.
Yeah.
You wrote the first act of the script alone for the most part. I wrote the second 2 acts alone, and then when we came together, we realized there was a scene that was so necessary that we didn't have.
Right.
Which is this scene.
This was also the scene when we were auditioning Lilies.
Oh my god, we heard this
So
song
I heard this
17,000
scene 1,000 times.
on top of editing it too.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Which I think I need a little bit of credit for. Judge was just wearing a sock, and I was his towel boy. So
That's true.
Okay,
Nice.
yeah, no, we should have given
By
you
the
a
way,
towel
that
boy
sock was not where it goes.
Like, screw your first AD and producer credit. We should have given you towel boy.
Also,
Exactly,
Also,
yes.
what was funny was when we had to do the scene where I ran by naked a few times, and all of a sudden the neighbor just yells, "We can hear you!"
Like I said, Idlewild
glad you
hated
can't
us.
see me.
I mean,
It was
aside
this
from
quiet mountain town. We came in like a fucking freight train and just ruins their lives and economy.
aside from David trying not to break during that shot,
Oh god, no, I broke like 3 times.
the entire cast was there wanting to see Judd's
the crew.
ass. And they were breaking like crazy. Like it was,
Which made me break, which didn't help.
it was a mess, but it was
What can I
great.
say,
It was
man?
But
beautiful.
wanna
but
look
this
at me
is
naked.
where this is where I
I think
expect
Jordan
my
just did
this,
some Freudian slip there.
Yeah, this is
is-
David's
We were
moment.
making a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why you chose to be the towel boy.
I took
this
that
is
upon myself.
this is where I expect to
This
win
is
my
the most
Oscar.
impressed I've ever been with your acting. Is right here.
My fake acting.
I remember that we tried some what was that, ointment around
It's Vaseline.
Yeah, no, it's Vapor Rub.
It
Vapor
did.
rub.
No, it didn't work.
Because
So
we were
thankfully,
outside.
No, it worked for me.
It worked for me.
It
For
didn't,
you
it
guys.
didn't
The
work for
bathroom
me.
scene,
thankfully
I
we had some
could
eye
not see.
drops.
No,
We
but you
wanted
see,
the
I was
single tear.
outside, so it immediately
Yeah.
just got dried.
Right.
Yeah.
Of
It
course,
was
we're
cold.
shooting a movie, so David has to take a shirt.
By the way,
off,
guys,
so.
it's really cold outside.
So
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
We have to mention it's like 30 degrees outside.
Boy, he just kind of whites out the frame a little bit.
You didn't white balance the camera, man. I was
You'll
trying
see
to...
the whole
Also,
thing.
I gotta mention right here,
I'm
Judd-
not wearing
Judd-
a sock anymore.
he's not wearing a sock.
I didn't
so
tell anybody.
There it is.
And I
I
was
didn't tell them I wasn't wearing the sock.
Yeah.
I just decided not to.
So you'll still see little things like Rediger's fanny pack and like other things like that. We tried to put as much American props, like American themes, American
Like the
flags.
red, white, and blue beer caps.
I don't even know if that was intentional.
Oh yeah,
It's there,
no,
man. I'm just saying.
totally. We totally did that on purpose.
Yeah, sure.
Jake, stop.
Why are you following me?
You moved on, right? So move on.
I was also naked during this part, but I wasn't supposed
Oh
to.
yeah, this scene here was the last one
Oh, yeah.
filmed. We wrapped after this scene. And Judd ran by naked when he wasn't supposed to.
When she says, "Who's out there?"
Right.
I gotta say though, it's like anyone who's watching this probably knows that it's Jake and Lily that survived. You guys had great chemistry, which makes it work.
Yeah.
You don't know why I have the James K. Pollock book in this scene. You find out later.
Right.
Yeah.
That puke did not work out.
No,
Let's just be honest.
So
That
like,
looked great.
Why did he have an Oreo?
Right,
Oreo
yeah.
cream pie. What fucking Oreo? Ah,
That's
I
all
fucked the
Rediger
joke.
eats. Rediger just eats oatmeal after oatmeal.
I love those two too. Together.
Oh, Dax and Brittany? Yeah, I told you in the sequel, I think they should be the leads.
yeah, as
we
as
do a
one of the
sequel, which we probably
producers,
won't.
first AD, I originally was only supposed to have a cameo as
Andrew Jackson.
He
Oh,
had
actually,
a-
no. Originally, it was John Tyler. You were gonna
I'm
play.
sorry, you're right. It was John Tyler, and then we had an actor all set up for Lincoln.
He
For
was,
one reason or
like
another.
a name. No.
Yeah.
Not for one reason or another. He just didn't show up.
Yeah,
No. Let's not even like sugarcoat it. The
Okay,
motherfucker
okay.
didn't even show up.
For which one?
Lincoln.
for Lincoln.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna call out. I'm
yeah,
not gonna
don't
call him
say
out by
names.
name, but like he didn't even show up. And so kind of we scrambled last minute and we're like, who looks like Lincoln? And then we realized, oh fuck.
Real quick,
It was almost me.
What she's saying is what's written on the American dollar bill.
Of course.
Yeah.
Which
And
everyone
if you didn't know
knows.
that,
But yeah, so I had to stand in for Lincoln, and I
Killed
did
it.
my best not
Killed
to.
it.
Yeah, you did great. What are you talking about?
Well, I remember I woke up
I
and
love
I
you
was
guys.
getting everyone to set from the other cabin. And I was transporting people. By the time I got there, I was like, okay, Lincoln's not showing up. And then the makeup girl.
Hey, look, there's another race joke.
Shit, I hate saying that.
That's the part where I accidentally said faggot pack.
Yeah, that's right.
The makeup department talks to us and they're like, Jordan looks just like Lincoln, or he can.
Oh no, he did. It
Yeah.
was creepy.
I sent a Snapchat out that day of you in that makeup, and everybody was just like
Freaking
I
out.
can't
Our
wait
makeup
to see this
girls
movie.
were amazing.
That
Don't say
too.
makeup girls.
No. So our makeup team
makeup
There you go.
team. Okay.
was fantastic.
It was all
team.
girls.
It
You're not
was-
allowed to say
yeah.
makeup girls.
I mean,
guess not, yeah.
they were all
If you
female.
don't know, they were all.
They
female.
were all
listen,
female.
listen. Donald Trump's in the thing now. You can say whatever you want.
No, so they were.
By the way, I gotta point
Oh,
out Judd's tattoo.
if anyone doesn't know what that means,
It is the greatest thing in the world. Yeah.
Jordan and I both grew up with the Bible, so that means that is the verse where it's like, "Thou shalt not mark thy body," with a bit of irony.
I
Also-
don't know why he's wearing the Washington hat we bought and didn't like
Because
it
it looked like
replaced.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
I thought
No, I told him to wear it because it was just why not?
We had it.
hey, here's an improvised scene too.
Yeah, here's another race joke.
There
by
just
the
happened to
way.
be a banana there.
That
so,
banana.
so
This is one of my favorite visual gags in the movie.
yeah.
The little hair whip.
Like
No,
Paul
no, the
Rudd
flip.
from Wet Hot American
Yeah.
Summer.
Yep.
Right. there's my dog. Just letting you guys know.
I think that means Elliot's Pizza's here.
I
love
This was the hardest scene to film. It was
Oh
the
yeah,
first
this
scene
was
we
the
filmed.
first scene we filmed.
In that cabin.
This is the first scene we filmed.
First scene with dialogue.
Yeah, and I was almost breaking my
I'm still trying to get my Rudiger voice down.
Because
Haircut.
you can also look at his haircut. It's like
It's
fresh.
perfect. It's a perfect bowl.
It's like a mushroom. It looks like the tip of a penis.
It got pretty frazzled by the end with 3 hours of sleep
man.
at the most every night.
And Judd
18-hour
really,
days.
I mean, vouch for me, but you really tried to kiss Ben.
I did.
Yeah.
Also, I was
But
sick.
Judd's sick. Oh, that's super important.
right.
Well,
Judd is
I wonder
has
if
a
we should.
fever.
Yeah, so we'll touch on that.
I'm sick
Judd
as a
is
dog.
sicker than a dog, and we're all staying in a cabin for a week.
And everyone starts to get sick.
So
But we'll
by-
get back to that
Yeah,
later.
we'll get back to that later.
Here's
but
our almost
it did,
kiss.
It did not end well.
See,
And you're about to see me break. You're about to see me break. It's so obvious.
It's forgivable though.
It's
It's so great.
was that a time lapse? Did you do that? Or
Yeah.
that was cool.
Thank you.
I didn't know that was a time lapse. I thought it was just a
No, yeah, it was time.
For those who don't know,
No, the
Dax is
moon really
reading
goes
Grapes
with
of
us.
Wrath,
No, I
right?
didn't know if he like.
Yeah, originally I think it was written as Moby Dick, but we changed it
wanted
to
to be
more
an American-
Yeah,
Grapes
more
of Wrath was
Americana.
American classic.
more appropriate.
Yeah.
It's about the Great Depression, you know. I've never read it.
I like that we're.
I've read a bunch of Steinbeck.
I just know the Grapes of Wrath from VeggieTales.
Right?
Me too. I really
We are
don't.
the grapes.
Oh, we don't have the rights.
All they said was grapes of wrath. They didn't say that. They didn't say we never take a bath. Which we didn't say it back to back. It's fine, Ben. Don't be rude.
Oh, we talked all through like Dax's my favorite scene of Dax, but oh well.
Oh my god, that was brilliant when Dax.
So again, I need to mention that it's like
Using the word
30 degrees outside. You can't tell.
Which coming up, we're definitely going to come back to that when it comes
Oh
to
my
regular
God.
scenes.
I'm pretty sure Ben sent me home to sleep.
Uh-huh.
Sent me to the other cabin. I wasn't.
You
awake for any of this.
looked what I thought what death looks like.
Yeah.
Then I saw Jordan later that week.
Yeah, that's a story. That's
Yeah,
for
man.
sure.
My
get
bad.
to
I got you sick. I got
We'll
the
come
whole
back
Speaking
to
of Jordan,
It's nothing. Just leave me alone.
Better to be honest, darling. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading today.
And of course, Chelsea has real tears here because she's just so fantastic. And
Also, we're actually
no
chopping.
faithful
We're
rep for her.
actually chopping that tree when we totally should not be.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Wait. She was really crying. Like
Yo,
she can do that.
no
Yeah.
wonder we didn't get our deposit back on this fucking place.
I don't think they
Yeah.
went out and looked at the trees.
No, they didn't. But like, you know, the axe was real.
we have a real axe and a fake axe.
was
At
this-
one point,
That's
it
the
was
real
lost
axe.
in the
That's
woods.
the real axe.
there's
yeah,
the big
that's right.
reveal.
You and me had to go get it.
You,
the
me,
next
and
day.
Matthew Prasad had to go.
And then they left it there.
Had to go find the axe.
And they
it was
left
like
it.
No, we
It
took
was
it
at
back
like
to
Boy
location.
Scout camp too. It was
Yeah.
like a terrible place.
So
Those
in the
poor
TV
kids.
there is the original Cold Open we
yeah.
filmed.
So great actors. It's just that
It
Which
just
makes
wasn't
it even
working.
funnier
Yeah, it just
that,
wasn't
like,
working.
that he brought
Yeah.
up Clay Matthews out of nowhere. We weren't even watching him on TV.
Yeah.
I know. Because originally we were supposed to be watching football, but
But you can't post football.
no.
American
No.
football.
So what's fun here is you look in the background and there's David, the director, being really angry and just being like, "Hey, everybody, get their lines right."
Yeah, you're fucking
See, is
pissed.
that what that face
You're
was?
furious
I'm
back
just
there.
yeah.
Is
I
that
was
really what
not.
that
It was
was?
not a good.
But it looks like you're
it looks like I'm
calling
worried.
bullshit on her story. Actually,
Well, it looks like-
looks
yeah,
like you're
but-
being skeptic.
I mean, like that's one thing we should like fucking deal on is like, I was directing this on set. I was the lead male, and I was also the other stunt coordinator with Travis.
That should tell you something, that I was doing my best to get the pressure off of David's shoulders.
And not
off
let
of
me
your
go
shoulders,
crazy.
And that was the best I could do.
Yeah, see, look at this bowl cut. This is in shambles at this point. That was like one of the last days. Yeah, no, that bowl cut did not hold.
I still went crazy though.
I look like a discount fucking Fraggle Rock character.
Oh fuck!
That
Look
was
at
a-
it took out
No,
the TV.
wait, yeah.
Okay, so that
Lincoln
was
has a superpower to turn off the cable.
Hold on. I will
went through
point
the
out.
wall
I
with
will
the cable
point out the
was-
hardest CG shot, which is coming up. Which, by the way, I had to do because our visual effects guy just totally biffed it.
Yeah.
So our cam op, AJ Lunt, and me ended up having to do all the visual effects.
Mox.
It's coming up, but
My
anyway.
favorite Britney
like-
reaction.
Oh god, yeah, right there, perfect.
Jeez.
That shot of me as Lincoln throwing the flag, that was something because I had to try to aim the flag perfectly through basically 6 to 7 people.
Which I caught, by the way.
not hit
I
anything.
totally
David
caught.
did caught, yeah. So thankfully that shot turned out pretty nice, but
Right here,
Oh,
hardest shot in the entire movie.
Because we're all running by the
Hardest
TV.
shot in the entire movie, and no one will ever know unless I tell them.
I
Also,
appreciate it.
I think Washington, for me personally, that makeup might be my favorite one because
He was the
that
scariest
was the
looking
first
one.
one I saw.
He was
too.
the scariest
He was
looking
scary.
one.
So Max just died. I was sad to kill off Max this early in the film.
I was too.
She's well. If you've seen the film, you know she's not dead yet.
Yeah, that's true.
She's not quite dead yet.
Very true.
Am I allowed to say that?
Oh my god, this fucking bathroom
Oh,
is so small.
yeah.
This was the
So-
worst part of
so-
the location we had. It was
Right.
the worst location.
So we should talk about this. So it's a tiny ass bathroom, and you only see these 2 characters, right? Or I guess 3 when Taft shows up. But what you don't know is that I'm in there, our cam op is in there, our DP is in there, our sound guy is in there.
Smaller than a walk-in
So there is
closet.
like 6 people in this tiny fucking bathroom, either standing in the tub or standing on the other side.
Not to mention that sometimes someone would fart and it would just destroy everything.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah.
Here's Justin Barrett as FDR.
So again, you
Also-
know how we mentioned how fucking freezing cold it was? Brittany has to be one of the coolest actors I've ever met, where I'm like, hey Brittany, can you run around in the woods in your underwear? But it's gonna be really cold. And she's like, yeah, I got this, no problem. And she was a fucking
At
trooper.
least you asked her. I showed up and you were like, "Hey,
You're naked. Yeah, no, but she did not complain
Gotta
once.
get that nudity rating
Right,
somewhere.
right. She did not complain once. She did not, show signs of like, I don't like this. She just fucking fought through it and was a
Power
trooper and was awesome. And I loved
And
it.
again, calling out
This-
Chelsea for the costume. She designed.
Oh
the
yeah,
bra
Chelsea. Yeah,
and,
Chelsea
and
designed the
everything.
whole underwear thing, which
and it was fantastic.
that's
and
a thing.
made
As much
sure
as I
she was
hate-
comfortable
Oh,
and.
sorry.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
As much as I hate the bathroom location, this is a great bedroom.
This bedroom is
Yeah.
one of my with everything that happens in here is probably my favorite.
Which is
scene.
good because like a good 10% of the movie takes place.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
true.
Yeah.
So this is my big character shift, which
Oh yeah. So yeah, we want to do the rebel trope, but having the rebel trope be the male lead just seems like it would be way too annoying to do for the whole
Right.
thing. Plus, he's got to have a character arc or some sort of writing mumbo jumbo shit.
We basically took all the tropes of the horror movie and kind of flipped them on their heads,
Yeah,
which was
it
a
was
lot of fun.
Yeah, make
We
me-
played against
make
them.
me-
Oh, so right
make
here I
me
should
alpha
mention,
male jock a gay
we had to
guy.
do that slap maybe like 10 times because Monica was terrified to slap me. She's never hit anyone in her life, and she just didn't want to hurt me.
I was outside
Which, I mean,
when they filmed the first part of this, and
Oh.
specifically wanted to be there on set to see you get slapped.
She couldn't
And
hit, she couldn't hurt me.
I
She
love
just
the way
didn't
you
want to.
edited the outtake reel.
Oh.
Because you say poppycock and then you cut it off at cock, so it's just like poppycock,
Cock,
cock, cock,
cock,
and
cock.
she's just slapping you every time you say
Keep
cock.
your eyes on the duckies in this scene.
Yeah, 'cause
they're
they-
gonna change every fucking
Oh,
shot.
but introduce him too.
Yeah, so this
Don.
is Don. Don came in and actually he auditioned for
Teddy Roosevelt.
And Taft and killed both of them.
Yeah.
Just did amazing.
So much so we almost cast him as both roles,
As both.
like we did Rick Steadman. with-
clearly not
Right.
fat enough to play Taft.
He's not an overweight guy. But
He was
kinda,
he was a lot heavier when we auditioned him. Then he lost a lot of weight before the role, and now he's skinny as hell.
He's super skinny, but
Yeah.
we had to kind of like position him to where he kind of looked like he would be stuck. But I mean, being in shape. But you look
Besides that, he looks just like
one. No, I know. That's one of the things I was gonna mention is like one of the things I love about our actors who are playing the presidents is they hauntingly look just
Yes, they
like
do.
them.
About
It's-
half do.
It is.
Half
yeah,
of
about half of
stretches.
them. But it
the
is
ones that
kind
are-
of creepy.
The ones that are real actors. And Jordan.
Yeah, like
Just kidding.
Don is one of my favorite actors. I really loved working with him in these scenes. I think the three of us had a really good dynamic.
Just a fantastic guy, yeah.
Oh, super nice.
I mean, it was just like,
He never leaves that bathtub. His whole part.
honestly, unless you're shooting with GoPros in there, it's hard to get a crazy good angle in that bathroom.
It was so difficult.
And also, the
and
clawfoot bathtub was a huge selling point for
That's-
us.
yeah.
We needed
Yeah,
that.
we
I
needed
pitched a
clawfoot.
musical number in this bathroom. In the original script, I wanted to have a
ridiculous.
musical number here.
which was ridiculous.
There was a couple times where you tried to direct him as if he was Vader, correct?
No,
We have a
there's,
Darth
that's
Vader
later.
line.
That's later.
That's
There's
later.
one
There's a-
line. There's one line. That
There's a
my-
lot of those.
Yeah, that my film nerd came out, and I was like, "Hey, this is a line from Star
Between the
Wars."
two of us, David, we put in a few different
Oh, yeah.
homages to classic
Yeah.
films.
Yeah, Ben and I are nerds in our own sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how my voice sounds during this, but I know that every time you called cut, I would gargle hot salt water.
Yeah.
And
Your
it would
voice is
cough
gone.
my guts
And well, no,
out.
and then that's the thing.
You're sick as shit, and you
Judge-
can't
yeah.
speak like that.
Judge's sick as shit, and every line he has ends in an exclamation point.
Yeah.
He's yelling every single
I'm basically King Leonidas.
line. Yeah, exactly. Gerard Butler, I got nothing on you.
This is also
I
great
love
too.
that, just closing.
The Godfather shot.
This is basically the
This
first
is the
time you
Godfather
see
homage.
a president has a personality, which kind of opens up to the rest of the movie.
Where
So
it's
I
a
love
joke,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That we can literally just close the curtain.
And that's gonna escalate more and more. And here we go, the Roosevelts.
Yeah.
That's,
so
that's
this,
the thing, though. It's
Rob
like, a lot of people don't
Bevenak.
realize how much history is in this movie.
We did our research, man.
We did.
Ben and I are both
History buffs.
pretty big history buffs.
That's
And I
gotta
helped.
So yeah, but we should mention here Rob Bevenak, who plays Teddy Roosevelt. He's actually a stand-up comic from Canada who we flew in, and was so excited that he came in, kind of on his own time, and then just fucking killed it as Roosevelt. Again, looks just like the motherfucker.
Just ridiculous.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It was weird
That's one of the
too.
few costumes we bought, like a Teddy Roosevelt costume.
Yeah, 'cause-
that in Washington.
It was super weird too because I got there and you were like, "Hey, we casted Roosevelt." And I was like, "Who?" And you were like, "This guy." And I didn't know who he was, but I looked him up on Facebook and we had like 20 really
Yeah.
mutual, like amazing comedian friends in common.
Yeah.
And I asked every single one of them, like, "Wow, he'd be perfect."
Yeah.
So, like, it was really good.
By the way, that last President Harrison was played by
Bram Reese
Bram.
Davies.
Yes.
My favorite childhood friend.
Yes.
He actually lives in Idlewilds. That's how we were able to like.
He was our location manager
Yep.
too.
And he's
Yeah.
a professional clown,
Is he?
which is a dangerous business right now.
It is.
He's. I mean, yeah. He studied like clowning and stuff.
And so here's our big racist joke. I hope you all enjoy it.
Well, I mean, with a
Is this
horror
the-
film, you kind of
the
got to
big-
point it out, otherwise,
Yeah.
Did you bring the rum in here?
there's more.
Yeah. There's
Don't exactly have the best chance.
By the way, we're totally drinking while we're doing this commentary.
Oh,
Making it more
If
fun.
you're not drinking while watching this commentary,
or smoking.
how long have you been in
you
recovery
were doing
for?
it wrong.
This is a drinking and smoking movie. Don't do cocaine and watch it.
This is like a drinking and watching it with your friends
Although
movie.
Brett does a little cocaine.
No, he does Ritalin.
That's true.
So this line
What's
that
the
she
difference?
just says, it's 2017, Clarence. We actually had to recorded it multiple times where she says it's 2016 because we filmed it in 2016.
In the original script, it says 2015.
And then the original script is because we wrote it in 2015, and then we had to tell her, hey, say it 2017 because look at that, wouldn't you know we're distributing it in 2017. So
Oh, here we
fun
go.
fact,
That's my
number
favorite.
12 or whatever the fuck I'm on.
That just killed it.
Richard Nixon.
That's our script supervisor.
That's our script
Or Nixon
supervisor.
also dropped out Dave shooting.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I love the squibs we were able to use for that. It just
nose,
looks
though.
so
Yeah.
awesome.
That's like half our makeup budget. That nose, and now it's
Dude,
gone.
The squibs was. This
So this is an important
my
moment.
favorite line.
Fuck you guys.
When he just
Wait, right
realizes that everything they've said is right.
Is right, and then right here.
Yeah.
In
Max
case, and
actually
then-
dies.
Max actually dies after him, so he did end up dying first. So we stayed true to,
But yeah, this is Bram. He decided he made a choice that I think everyone really likes to play it like Igor.
like Lurch.
Yeah.
like Igor, Lurch, whatever, and it totally worked.
And again, since he's from that area, he's used to the cold, which is perfect because the character Harrison, for those who don't know, Harrison basically died after his inauguration because he refused to wear a coat.
Which is what the joke we just had. Yeah.
Exactly.
And why, when he dies later, he says, "Oh God, I feel so cold."
Yeah,
And he was,
yeah.
like I said, people wore a lot of hats on this. He was our location scout too.
Yeah,
that too.
Yeah.
We found some great locations up there. It was beautiful.
So yeah, we should mention that a lot of these forest scenes were filmed at an arts academy. Up in
Idlewild Arts Academy.
Idlewild Arts Academy.
Where Ben is alumni.
No, I'm
Where
not.
Ben went to school.
Where
Not
Ben would have been
technically.
alumni if he hadn't been kicked out.
Yep.
But
Super expelled.
yeah, they were nice enough to let us film on their campus, and it
Because he
actually
was
worked
banging
out.
underage chicks.
I wasn't.
That's not true at all.
Just
Thank
kidding.
you, David.
He was underage when he got kicked out. Somebody was banging him.
And,
No! I have to retell you this story because you've mixed up the characters in this.
All right, back to the movie.
It doesn't
and
matter.
for those who don't understand the history jokes, you just have been failed from your professors back in high school, so that's on you. So
Speaking
Yeah,
of which,
that's
I
right.
ran into my old history teacher when we were up here, and I schooled him on American history. Yeah, I'm calling you out if you're
Is it
listening
the
to
one
this,
that
which you're not.
ran into you when you were underage
all right.
at the school?
You got like 3 Ben gets raped jokes. You've
Oh,
done
and
2 of
I
them.
gotta mention too, for David
Yeah,
is a
one more.
very strong, confident guy. So playing someone who's a very fake person, or kind of like weak, is very difficult. Out of
Oh
the
yeah,
norm
no,
for
he's
this,
really
so.
he's really going out of character.
Yeah, I'm
showing-
tough. I'm tough,
Because, you know,
guys.
the thing about
I don't
David
cry.
is that he
I
has
don't cry.
no flaws or insecurity.
I mean, look, no, he's right though. Like
The thing
they're
about
playing
Jordan is he
opposites
really
of-
wants to have sex with David.
You know, I mean,
Listen, Jordan's right. They're playing opposites.
I'm
of
playing the
themselves
long-term game.
because
So.
Monica is very docile in real life. And, she is a professional Disney princess.
That is true.
Yeah,
And so
she
she's,
is a professional
she's playing
Disney
a
princess.
badass here, and David's playing a pussy.
She had never cursed in a movie before or in real life.
And we so yeah.
pretty sure I'm the
Monica.
first naked
Monica.
guy she's ever
Monica's
seen.
probably one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. She's a professional Disney princess. Just like you said, never cuss, never really done anything bad, and then we just fucking throw her in this movie and have her cuss, have her kill people, and a sex scene.
And she took to it like a champ.
Like a champ.
Did not take long.
Like a champ.
Plus, we needed somebody to be wider than my ass to make me look a little more tame.
It was difficult, but we found somebody. So
You
That
were
is true.
sick.
That is
Your
is
ass
true.
is usually more tan.
I mean, I guess we can bring it up
Thank you,
later,
Ben.
but I love the fact that she's a natural redhead compared to Brittany, who,
Is it died?
yes, which I mean,
Believe
that's
me,
a joke
he
that will come up
checked.
later. So
What?
I said, believe me.
I
he
love
checked.
that, like, so Monica's here thing is, like, she's an
So
overachiever
is
type
Jordan.
character, right? She's, like, she does whatever she can to get, like, the class project done. She's a tutor. So, of course, when there's a zombie apocalypse, she's going to kick it into the stratosphere, that character. She's
Sure,
going to
right.
take charge. She's going to be the overachiever.
Here's where his bowl cut is still nice.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Was this right after that?
Yeah, this
Had
is
to be.
This is second
still
day
day
shooting.
one.
Oh, it was?
Day one, yeah. Day
Yeah,
one
this is
when
still
you-
day one.
I still can't believe you cut your hair like that. What a champ.
I had that
Yeah,
hair,
no.
like,
So
for a
so
month.
so Chelsea, who plays Max, and myself ended up cutting Ben's hair, and it was just the funnest thing I've ever done.
I
so
did
much
not have a whole lot of sex that month.
I gotta say something. I gotta say something. This line right here.
Chief Justice? Yeah, you narc.
That's the only time that Brett actually gets what's going on in the whole movie.
That's
you narc.
the only history reference Brett gets. He makes a couple.
And he doesn't even know that he made him.
He makes a fucking like movie reference with Daniel Day Lewis.
yeah, he does.
And the cherry tree.
So
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
listen,
yeah.
here's Jordan
So-
again. Here's Jordan.
So
who's
Jordan's
playing-
Lincoln and Jackson. That's Rick Steadman, who will also play Andrew Johnson later. Fantastic.
I kind of love that nobody
Actor.
realized that was me as Jackson. Which
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
great.
Plus, it was so different.
And then
I do
then
want to
we
point
have-
out though that Rick Steadman was also the history consultant on this.
He was.
He's a history major.
and he's a great actor.
That's a big part
And
of
then
why he
in
was
the back there
interested
we
in the
have
script.
Joe Ziegler.
Joe Ziegler, who's playing Jefferson.
He is freaking hilarious.
freaking
Like,
hilarious. He was keeping spirits high while we were feeling really low.
And a beautiful voice. Another reason why this should have been a musical.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
mean,
the sequel will be
most
musical.
we found out that most of us can't sing, so we might just do that.
These two are best friends. in
They
real
are
life.
best friends. They met in college. I actually grew up with David Zodi, who's playing John Adams. We grew up in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Explain the bromance though here.
Oh, that is true. So the actual kind of like thing behind this is that John Adams and Thomas Jefferson had a
A
kind
really
of
complex relationship.
yeah, they kind of had a rivalry / bromance.
Well, they were best friends in
Yeah.
the Revolution and stuff like that, and then Washington's cabinet and between the election, and it just basically broke up hard, and then became friends later in life.
The amount
they
of
are kind of
history-
the greatest bromance of all time.
So we threw that in there.
That's my favorite.
The amount of
thing
history
ever.
we
Bro
have in this
broke
movie is
up.
quite surprising.
Bro broke up.
Bro broke up.
They broke up.
I've never heard of
They
that.
broke up.
They broke up.
And then I don't know if you guys picked up on this. This scene is supposed to kind of mirror the one with Jake and Lily.
Except that I don't run by naked.
Thus the
That's
music.
true.
We should have had Lincoln run by.
I would have done it. Just saying.
Penny
Yeah,
for
no,
your thoughts.
I did probably about, I want to say, I did about 3 weeks of history research just to put in these little jokes.
No, but it made it so much better.
And it took.
Like you
love this.
took charge with
my
like making
favorite.
fun of horror movies. I
Yeah.
took charge with making
This
fun
right
of
here.
history.
This right here.
Well, he's dead.
Well, he's dead. Like they're all
Well,
not
That's
dead.
it's a reference to John Quincy Adams, who was our 6th president of the United States, I believe. If I'm
You
wrong,
want to see a
I'll kill
continuity
myself.
error?
Which, by the way, Rick Steadman, who played Washington and Johnson, is a huge history buff, which I think kind of attracted him to the project. He loved the amount of history punch we had in here.
We just talked about that, Jordan.
We did. Where were
Do you
you?
not pay attention?
See, there's no cocaine on my
I've been
lip.
Are you just fucking looking at David, just making fucking
No cocaine.
sweet
no
eyes at him?
Cocaine.
or whatever it is, pills or whatever.
What's up?
I think once it's ground up, it's cocaine.
It's not worth your life, Rudiger.
I should also.
Oh, here's my big moment.
I should also mention that the name Rudiger I got from an old friend of mine growing up. While he was
What was
working,
his name?
His name was Brandon Stumpy, and we called him Stumpy.
We were talking about him, yeah.
Yeah, and he was working at Subway,
Oh, I
and he
see
got in
that's
a
what
lot
I
of
was
trouble with a
being funny.
customer.
His name is Rudiger.
No, he got in a lot of trouble with a customer, and when the customer was like, "I'm gonna report you to your manager. What's your name?" He said Rudiger. And it stuck with me.
It's a great name.
Goodness.
So good.
Yeah, it's also what I've named the only back hair I have.
And
gotta
his
stop
real
telling people
name
my
is
name when they're
Wellington,
mad
which
at
is
me.
named after Wellington is named after a cab driver you had.
Well, yeah, Wellington is named after a Peruvian cab driver from Peru.
I gotta
And,
say,
Guys, did you guys know that we didn't shoot these
we
fireworks?
didn't piss them off that
No.
much.
So Ben, the music was your idea to put it in the scene, correct?
Oh, because I hate our national anthem. I think there's so
You
many
hate
better
it?
American songs than Star Spangled Banner.
You communist.
Oh, wait,
Star
I
Spangled Banner's
gotta
a bad
mention. I gotta
song.
mention. David's not
America's
actually under
great.
the bed under this scene.
Because
He's
I
not?
didn't fit.
That's
'cause I'm
people
too fat.
holding up the sheet and making it look like he's under the bed.
Really?
Movie magic.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're like holding it out because I couldn't
Alright.
fit under the
Where
bed.
was
Here
I?
I go.
I,
Oh,
you
I was
were-
watching Deadpool.
Yeah, you were out
By the
watching
way, I
Deadpool.
was so anxious on this set constantly that even though that inhaler is fake,
Yo, my
I
smile
like
is-
went back to my childhood when I used to have asthma, and I was just using it as a comfort blanket.
That's hilarious.
This.
So
is-
here's
there's
one of the, like the
something here,
biggest
dude.
things. So one of the funniest shots we have.
Oh well, it'll come up.
Yeah, it's coming up.
There's
Oh,
a lot-
by the way,
there's a lot
this
of-
bathroom is not actually the bathroom we shot in.
Yeah,
we
there's-
shot
it's like
downstairs.
two bathrooms meshed together to make it look like one.
Yeah, both sides of those doors are different.
Why is Brett not helping Rudiger?
That is a great point. Here's
Shining
Georgia,
reference.
Right, the
Yeah,
Shining.
it is Georgia.
We all
Also,
watch
like,
movies.
we brought doors
It's
with
right
us.
here. Oh, right there. That's got to be one of. So what we had was an air compressor, just shot up to like 90 psi, filled with fake blood, which we just shot Ben in the face with.
And he's dying.
He's actually drowning.
So
He's
it's
actually
very
drowning
fucking
right there.
thick corn syrup, and I'm being fucking waterboarded by Mrs. Buttersworth,
Because I also, if you watch it, I grab his hair
and
and
everyone's
pull his
laughing
head
after they
back.
say cut, and I scream help me, and everyone just
And
laughs
it's a
more.
dummy, the dummy.
But I'm drowning.
Yeah. So here's the Star Wars
This
reference
took
if you
about
missed
8
it.
shots.
Yeah.
This was our first chance ever trying with a dummy.
And it
I
didn't
mean,
work.
it
And it
work,
didn't
but we-
work.
You know what?
But you know what? It kind of worked.
We
For the
kept it in
movie-
because it looks funny as shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And this is a
Exactly.
comedy after all.
Originally, I was gonna CG his face on the fucking dummy, but
This is so much funnier.
just
And you
didn't
know,
work.
a few
This is
people
the
are gonna be
joke.
like, "Wow, that effect looks so cheap." It's like,
Yeah.
okay, clearly that's the fucking
Right.
point.
That's the
Yeah.
joke, like in Wet
Why
Hot
would the
American
wig
Summer,
be that
where,
blonde?
Where, what's his name? He's on the motorcycle.
Exactly,
And
it's
then
not
he pulls
him.
up and it's David Cross. with a
Actually, we
wig
should
on it.
actually
Exactly.
mention Wet Hot
Yeah.
American Summer, which is one of the primary references for humor that we
Yeah.
use.
That
that
Maybe
is,
more.
that is
We,
true.
we had a couple of references like Cabin in the Woods, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. We
But
watched
I would
those,
say in
but-
my writing, at
yes.
least, it was Wet Hot American Summer
Absolutely.
and Scream.
Again, we
Yeah.
should mention it's like 30 degrees out.
Mine was
That sausage
naughty,
that Judd is
99.
holding smells horrendous.
And he's pouring it in my mouth.
Because I thought it was.
And so when I
funny.
go,
It was.
In a second, I'm gonna go. That's literally me reacting to fucking this gross meat in my mouth. And yes, I know how that sounds.
I was wondering.
This is
I
one of my
actually-
favorite jokes right here.
I actually felt bad during this scene. Like
I didn't.
Rudiger, like I.
Oh, he
I
means when he
feel-
watches it.
Oh, you mean for Rudiger, not
Yes.
Ben?
No, no,
Oh, for
exactly.
Rudiger, yes.
was like,
Like,
when we played this for everybody, this and then Brett's death was just like the
Heartbreaking.
audience was. I was very surprised. Were you? Because I thought that they were going.
People
to,
booed when you died. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna think it was funny.
He's actually saying nerd here. Some people don't hear it.
Yeah, they think I'm saying no.
Yeah.
And this is the random chunk of guns.
Yes.
I really wanted to sign.
What does Uncle Frank do?
I really wanted to sign on that
hunting
chest that
cabin.
says, "Ah, it's my Uncle Frank's old hunting guns."
But what the fuck is he killing that he has M14s?
Just
outside.
outside.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Roddy. Sexy
We did not need to explain
Uncle
it.
Frank is a doomsday.
We don't need to
prepper,
explain what
apparently.
the fuck
Clearly
the
Uncle-
presidents are. We don't need to explain what the guns are.
Ew.
Boy,
Yeah. One of my favorite improvs. One of my favorite improvs.
This.
Oh, I love this whole
the Pulp
sequence.
Fiction bit, yeah.
You know, you guys
Cherry
can
tree
talk during
thing?
this one. I'm just gonna walk. I'm just gonna watch it.
Yeah.
As,
So-
as Jackson, I at this point I knew I was going to be Lincoln, so I tried to give him a little bit different
Energy.
figure,
Yeah, I
energy and
noticed that.
figure than Lincoln, because I kind of understood what Lincoln had to be. He was the big bad,
Right.
And so as Jackson, I tried to change it up with just a little bit, go with more of a groggly vocals, you know, and thankfully he was a small enough character that people wouldn't really recognize it. So
The reason why he's fighting with a walking stick, by the way, is because Andrew Jackson almost beat a man to death with a walking stick.
I gotta also mention Andrew Jackson's wig.
yes.
So we ended up getting
no.
these wigs from the nicest lady ever.
They're cancer
and they're
wigs.
cancer wigs, and they're they're used for people, you know, they lose their hair because of the chemotherapy.
nice enough to
And she was so nice enough to lend us them, and we took them.
Someone
Ben
forgot
didn't-
to return them.
Ben
Someone
didn't
forgot-
return.
Well-
It wasn't me! That wasn't my job! Fuck you, Judd!
You're the one that told her you would give him back.
Yes, but it was not just me. I'm not going to say who it was.
Guys,
To be
I just want
honest-
to point something out. The whole thing about, I think those history puns downstairs were. This was in the thing.
Yeah, the
Nobody
history
mentioned-
puns were
Yeah.
improv.
But those were improvised.
Because
So
Those
that's why
were
it worked
improvised.
so
That
well.
was great.
So Brett just doesn't realize how much he learned from Rudiger.
Right.
Rudiger's a really good singer.
You like burning Indians, like all that stuff. Like there was so many puns dropped just then. Even the great.
So I have to mention, I didn't grow up eating Jello, so this is actually disgusting to me.
It's not good.
It's not good at all.
You know why? Cause it's in the pudding.
This is my favorite Judd moment in the whole
It's
thing.
sugar free. Oh, where he
love it
like
when he
flips the
pops the
bottle.
cap.
Wait, what's happening?
My internet
Oh, wait,
shit.
buffering.
There we go.
There we go. Sorry about that. Ben had to poop.
Intermission's over.
No, I didn't.
You're telling me you didn't just come out of the bathroom?
Yeah, I took a.
You took it to,
I was masturbating, Judd. We're watching President's
like
Day.
that's
Ben,
better.
Ben. So Ben, you originally wanted a Confederate flag for this, didn't you?
No, I never want it.
Am I
Union.
confused? Oh,
Union
a
flag.
Union flag. is what it
Union
was,
flag.
yeah.
Yes, I did want a Union
Man,
flag.
you were on the total wrong side, Jordan. Get your history straight, bro.
Union flags are
I'm
expensive
learning,
because
I'm
they're antiques,
That's
Besides, all we
or
wanted,
they look shitty.
You know, I love
but we
that.
really wanted to desecrate the American flag as much as possible.
Well, no, I thought it'd be interesting if Abraham Lincoln was for the Union and we
Yeah.
used an American flag.
No,
Guys,
I love that Judd's improv of the green Jello became a running joke throughout this movie.
I love that
that's
we
true,
have a
it did.
coming out story.
we do.
Like Judd,
Yeah.
Judd is a closet homosexual.
There
Not Judd.
he is.
Brett is a closet homosexual.
look at
he
this.
comes out.
Matthew Broussard.
Matthew Broussard.
The,
I
the latest
love him.
Comedy Central half-hour special.
No kidding.
So I will say this: when I asked my mom what she
Man.
thought of the movie, she said, "Who played JFK?"
He's so hot.
And I was like, "Why are you asking?" She said, "No reason." I was like, "Mom,
I mean, he's a very attractive
Look at
man.
this. This is my favorite.
menopause is
This is my
making
favorite
me
joke Ben
randy."
wrote.
Oh,
Yeah, when we
yeah. It
when,
took
Oh, Judd's dead.
when we premiered the film,
I'm sorry,
we got
buddy.
booed
It's okay.
when Brett died
Yeah.
because he was such a fun character.
It
And
took
we
it took
were
the-
very surprised by that. We all
Yeah.
thought the audience would be like kind of relieved.
No, they
Let's
were,
talk
they
about
were
the writing of this.
upset.
At this point in the scripts, like David's taking the first act, I'm writing act 2, and I realized
Huh.
in our outline, oh my god, 4 of the 7 kids are dead.
Yeah.
We only have 3 left. We need to bring in some new characters on their side. One of which is about to come up.
Yep.
Yeah. So how do you kill undead presidents? You summon the ghost of John Wilkes Booth.
Somebody
And,
who has a
not
Not to
little
mention,
experience in that area.
it took the makeup team an hour to put that plank in your eye.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
People were
We had to
taking
shoot
pictures
the
of that.
scene-
It was great.
Which does not match
We
the
had to
arrow.
shoot the scene where I died.
Oh, there's Mitto.
Before the scene where they're shooting me. So
Yeah.
took like I'm sitting in the chair for like an hour, and then I go downstairs for like 1 minute, shoot that, take one picture with it, and then
Yeah.
go away.
Hold on, we got a bunch of new actors here.
I should mention.
So let's
Yeah, we
Mike.
forgot to mention James K. Polk here.
Mike Ostrowski, oh my god, in the audition.
Fantastic actor.
He was
Coming
so
right-
clearly our Polk.
Sweetest guy you could ever meet. too.
Coming right off of the Muppet Show set to do this.
Yeah, just
He's
like,
one of our presidents that doesn't look a lot like the president
Josh.
they're playing, but
Josh.
he just captures the spirit that we want to do. Because James K. Polk was
Josh Nasser.
Josh Nazar, yeah.
But James K. Polk was an incredibly influential president.
Yeah.
So when we were like, I pitched to you guys, I really want James K. Polk to be in this thing.
Oh yeah, we should
You guys
go-
were like,
I was
who the
not on
fuck
board
is
with
James
No,
K.
no,
Polk?
we should go back. Yeah, like, so Ben really wanted James K. Polk, and I was like, nobody knows who James K. Polk is. And I even tested it. I walked outside to the rest of the crew, and I was like, hey, can you guys tell me who James K. Polk is? And nobody knew who he was. And I was like, see, Ben, we shouldn't have him in there. But then Ben argued, what if we made that the joke? That
That
nobody
he's very
knew,
insecure that no one
nobody
remembers
knew
him.
him. And I was like, that's hilarious.
In a
It's the
film
funniest
called
thing, yeah.
President's Day, that seems like a staple, and I'm really happy we kind of lucked into that decision.
Yeah,
Which,
no, it's great.
which, by the way, how many presidents did we start out with and then go back to and
Yo,
then become?
we started
We
out-
had 19 in the original script.
Oh
that
my
was cut
God.
down to
Plus-
17, and then we added 2 back to 19.
no, we had 19 plus Ben Franklin.
Yeah, Ben Franklin as the joke that like he's on money.
But he's not a president.
Yeah.
But we cut Brent Franklin.
But we cut him, just didn't work.
And it's
But we-
also quite scary how much Michael Minto looks
Yeah,
like.
He
this,
looks
he looks just like
identical.
him. He looks crazy.
Just like John Wilkes
So
Booth, yeah.
Michael Minto was also our casting director, who just did
Yeah,
fantastic.
and he brought us, Ostrowski,
yeah, he
Don,
brought us a ton of
Stedman.
people. And when he came in to audition for for John Wilkes Booth, we did a ton of people who were actually a little more famous and stuff. But Michael Minto just came in and killed it.
He
Yeah.
knocked out of the park. It was
like-
like,
it
was like Britney, then no
YouTubers
close.
and stand-up comedians.
Yeah, nobody was even close. That's
Olin.
Me and Minto had been in a short film and YouTube space together. We were
Yeah,
in
so
that.
that's how we
I
knew
didn't
him.
even know he was coming in.
Yeah.
He came in, it was just like, oh hey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I got him through Alex
Oh, wait,
Cruz
right
and
here?
Earmark.
This is all improvised.
This is how we lost our deposit. Boom.
And also our Planet of the Apes reference.
It's true.
I love it. He tries to blow out the candle.
Yeah, did nothing work.
This is
have you
my
ever been so angry
favorite
that you try
fucking
to
scene in
blow
the
out a
movie.
candle?
I will go on record. This is my favorite scene.
Again, I have to mention how freaking cold it is outside.
Yeah.
And Brittany is just a trooper.
And a babe.
Anyway.
Ostrowski
I don't think
is
anyone's-
engaged here.
Oh, I mean, she
She's
has,
like
she has
a
a
wonderful
long,
woman.
She has a long-term boyfriend.
Well, this
and-
And Brittany has a really great boyfriend. His name is Colin. He's amazing.
Coolest guy ever.
So
Guys,
like,
they didn't really have sex.
no, but it was just like they were really great. They're just so professional with
well, their
how they
chemistry.
do this
Well,
shit.
what I love is their chemistry actually was just super awesome.
They weren't awkward, but they weren't like
no, but like
weird.
they actually had great on-screen
Yeah.
chemistry, so it was really easy for me because I didn't have to direct them and kind of force them into like this love relationship. They just kind of fit right into it.
turned it on.
And like I said, also Mike Ostrowski is just the nicest guy in
He's
the
the
world,
greatest
so it's
dude.
super easy to fall in love with him.
James K. Polk, I just want to talk about his neck-accessory.
Yeah.
A lot of these presidents have these neck-accessories,
Neck-accessories.
where it's like they have these black bands around a pop's collar. That's actually historically kind of accurate.
It is.
That's cool.
And I say historically kind of accurate because they're not usually ties that are tied backwards.
But we had no money. That tie, swear to God, was probably mine.
I want to say something
From
since
my
you guys-
closet.
Since you guys were talking about like what the extreme level of professional these actors are, it was weird that we had or it wasn't weird. It was cool. A lot of this cast was comedians, stand-up comedians, and the rest of it was actors, and how well it meshed.
Yeah, it was. I mean, one thing you can mention about this film, we shot this in a week, and it was. I lost my job.
I lost my job too.
Ben lost his job.
I didn't
but
have
it was,
a job.
Yeah, right. But it was the most
I didn't
fun
have a job.
we've ever had. It was,
It was
Oh,
the
absolutely.
best and worst week of my
Yeah,
life.
like, you're
I had
never-
more fun in the world, and I was never more stressed in my
right.
fucking
You're
life.
never gonna get an experience like this ever again, and us making movies in the future is never gonna be like this
No.
again.
Yeah.
Hopefully, because we have more money.
Yeah.
But it's just.
This
yeah,
was
it
summer
was,
camp,
like,
man. It was summer camp.
And I said at the beginning of this, I was like, look, we're either gonna hate each other, or we're all gonna love each other, and at the end of it, we all love each other. Like we are all very close friends now.
I love that he doesn't blow it out. I love that.
All right.
No, I mean I think you guys are cool, but
I mean, oh, I thought you were referring to something else.
So I gotta say,
dude, that's the
I
second
think,
time.
I think
You're
about
the only one making
50%.
rules about it.
I'm just terrified.
I'm not going to.
All right.
50% of what Booth says in this movie is improvised by Michael Minto.
Because
The other 50% was
genius.
written by me,
100%
and is incredibly historically accurate.
That we should mention. His whole speech about Pandolfo.
Well, we'll get to it when it comes, yeah.
Petruchio Pandolfo is actually super historically accurate.
I did a lot of research on John Wilkes Booth. He was an incredibly interesting guy in the way he was perceived.
He was the Brad Pitt of their time.
He was the Brad Pitt
One of
of that
these
time. He
lines-
was one of the best-known theater actors in the country.
One of these lines where he's like trying to describe what the presidents are, we put it in the script specifically because he said it in the audition room. I think it was Firefuckers from Hell.
Yeah.
Little
yeah,
firefuckers.
yeah.
Little firefuckers.
Yeah. And he's a machine when he
Oh, yeah.
gets on.
You look
like,
at
you
his
turn the camera,
script and you'll
he
see
does not stop.
the ramblings of a madman in the margins of his scripts, just coming up with, it looks like the Godfather Bible. Yeah.
I mean,
This is basically
look how big
the-
his eyes are compared to
This
yours.
is basically you, me, and Judd saying it doesn't matter what the fucking
should-
presidents are.
right.
It doesn't matter if they're zombies or aliens.
No.
They're just here. They're
I should-
presidents. They're just.
I should
Get
also
over it.
mention I have my hand on Monica's back because as he's saying his stuff, I wanted to just leaning in, so I'm like pushing her in, then grabbing her and pulling her back
You're
and
still
pushing
directing.
her in.
That's
Yeah,
blocking
I have
the
to like
actors
do
while
two
you act.
jobs. I'm acting and directing at the same time.
I love that reaction.
Which, by the way,
Jake is such a pussy.
I gotta give a shout out to our DP, James Martinez. We shot this entire thing in a week. Just fantastic lighting. I mean, I love what he did with it.
He's the type of guy, like my whole camera lighting crew, they're great because I can kind of tell them, because we were so stressed, I could be like, hey, the shot is this way and I want it to look like this. And they go, got it. And they make it beautiful.
Who wrote that line?
James
That's
K.
a
Polk
thing.
learning about the missionary position?
Yeah,
That
who
was
wrote
me.
that? That was you?
Yeah.
That's a
I actually
amazing
pitched
line.
it to David over a phone call.
I
Yeah.
think it was meeting
Because
number
we cut
17.
out
where I
that
read
whole
the script
montage.
And you said,
We cut the whole
"That's a
montage. I was
thing?"
like, instead of the montage,
that's
let's
right,
just do
that's right,
this.
yeah.
We had
Let's just do a missionary position, Jeff.
We had so many meetings where the three of us got together and we read this script with no other actors, but when I read "That's a thing," I lost it, dude.
Yeah, because I think you weren't around when we did that rewrite, so it was a surprise for you when we did the
I
tape
had to
read.
do a lot of these meetings on Skype.
Yeah.
It's hard to get together.
Yeah,
Well,
we did a lot of
David and I live in the valley.
Yeah, we did a lot of these
Think
meetings.
about 1 year ago, man.
We did a lot of these meetings in my backyard.
It was very lucky that I moved into an apartment right before we started doing this. That's
Right
next door
to
to you.
me. Yeah.
It was a complete coincidence.
Right. But no, yeah. So lighting. Back to what we were saying. Lighting and camera. James, again, just killed it. He's someone I grew up with from Alaska. Like half our crew is from Alaska. Just 'cause I called people and we're like, "Hey, come hang out with me." And then AJ was our cameraman, who just a trooper, just did everything I told him to do, and everything looks great.
Except for crashing the motorcycle.
Right.
This is the
So
anecdote, right?
this is the entirely historically accurate monologue by John Wilkes Booth, describing a true thing that happened in his life that we tied into the theme of insecurity. Because that is one of the main themes of this is insecurity. That's how James K. Pollock feels. That's how Jake feels.
Yeah. It's not how I feel.
That's how Brett feels about his sexuality to an extent.
Your amount of historical knowledge is kind of scary.
Mine?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I love history.
I mean,
I still got a
well,
D
like,
in history.
I gotta say,
I do too.
I gotta say, it's almost upsetting when I look back on high school, the amount of, or I guess the lack of knowledge that I learned from.
But you learned from this movie.
Yes.
But you learned from this movie.
And that's
exactly.
the way history class should have been
If they
taught.
showed
History
this
is
movie,
closer
Showed
to
it,
English.
you would
in my
know.
opinion.
No, I was
People
in,
treat history like it's dates and facts and figures. It's
It's
not.
not.
These are people
Yeah.
that had emotions, and if you do that pathos level of education,
I mean,
people will actually remember.
Well,
this
no, I
shit.
mean, like I was in AP US history in high school, and I almost failed
Quit
it.
bragging.
Yeah, I mean, but I almost failed it,
I wasn't going to
which
say
I thought was
anything.
hilarious.
I
But
went to
that's-
Christian school. We learned different
Yeah.
version of history.
oh, wait. So this improv right here, where Michael Minto almost grabs Monica, just the funniest thing.
Well, no,
ever.
that was thought of like the moment before where I told him I was like, you know, it'd be really funny.
Grab
Grab me and then go to grab for Monica, and she'll put your hand down, and it just worked out. Luckily, I know a couple.
Monica is smitten with John Wilkes Booth here.
I mean,
Yeah.
as a writer,
He is an incredibly attractive guy. Let's just say it.
Oh,
Speaking of
absolutely.
attractive guys, I gotta say something. So the moment that
That was the coolest
The
tree,
moment
by the way,
Matthew
we found.
Broussard stepped on a set, he walked in that front door. I was standing beside Brittany and Monica Monica turns and she's just like,
He's infiltrating her, all right.
"Did the vibe in this room just shift?"
Because it did. Because every girl shuddered when
Again,
he
my
walked
mom
in.
wants to
He's
fuck
a
him.
powerful looking dude. That's all. Like
He's a
just
good-looking
handsome
guy. And he
And
like
smart as shit.
he like hung out on the deck and like sat in the jacuzzi
Yeah.
while we weren't filming.
You know
his
what he does
scenes.
for fun?
What?
Math.
That is true. I don't
not
like
He's the
that.
smartest
He's the
motherfucker.
I don't like that at all.
Again,
Women, like
girls.
girls of the world, try to lock that shit down if you're ever with Matthew Prasad.
No, he's
Right.
got a girlfriend now.
Oh,
Sorry.
he does. He does.
I love this
Professional
visual
swimmer.
joke of Broussard, Minto in the background, and then you and Monica under the sheets. Like,
That's
it's
totally
hilarious.
Bugs Bunny.
It
Like,
totally
that's
is.
such a Looney Tunes thing.
Also, our script supervisor, also who played Lincoln, was John Tyler there.
No, Nixon,
Sorry, what is that?
Lincoln.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Again,
Should we say
it
that
was.
that's a historically accurate gun too, as well?
We do. We
Oh,
do
yeah, Michael
actually
Minto's
have,
prop
We
is
do
the
have
Dillinger
John
pistol.
Wilkes Booth actual replica of his gun.
Dillinger, I believe it was.
It's a Derringer.
Derringer?
Yep.
I was close.
Dillinger
John
is a
Dillinger.
gangster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more historical jokes there, but yeah, again, as Lincoln, I kind of knew the level of what Lincoln had to be at. Like, he was the big bad, so I was trying to encompass that. Compared to when I was playing Jackson, I was trying to emulate that as best as I could. Thankfully, you guys said,
Yeah.
This is David's best
Yeah.
scene.
I mean,
this
I
is-
love this
This
scene,
is
yeah.
where you get to care about
This is
Jake.
David's best scene.
Hey, I can act sometimes.
It's definitely the shift, and without this scene, I don't think you could get away with doing all that badass shit you do later.
This is true. Yeah.
This is like his emotional
It's a
arc,
transition,
Vulnerable
yeah.
here.
I'm pretty awful.
and then there's a great.
I love this.
Wait, what?
Which, by the way, Wait What has become a
You know what I
recurring motif
realized?
in everything
Oh,
we
yeah,
write.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
Wait
true.
What is our...
Wait.
David.
What?
David, I gotta mention, this was kind of the first sex scene you kind of directed, wasn't it?
Sort of.
That
I
wasn't
did-
starring himself? Yeah.
That was yeah. Shut up. So I've done a couple short films and music videos and stuff. And in one of the music videos, I had a sex scene, but it's a music video, so you don't have to record audio. Things are a little easier. It's kind of quicker. But this was the first one we did, and ironically, I was in the tree throwing the rose petals down, so I had to watch from above. But it's not sexy.
We got to talk about Josh Nasser though.
So we haven't brought up Josh Nasser yet.
Yeah.
He was in an earlier scene. He's from Sons of Anarchy, just an incredible comedian.
Also, big history buff.
This is 50% actors, 50% comedians in this scene, and
It's true.
He was one of the actors that like researched their president and was like giving me suggestions on how Frank Pierce would do things.
Yeah. And if you see his comedy, it's very physical too. So
he's a great guy.
So bad.
The reason why Franklin Pierce is drinking so much, by the way, is because Franklin Pierce was a horrible alcoholic. Mostly because his son and wife were killed before he took office, after he got elected, but before he took the presidency.
Why are we drinking so much?
Wait. So Ben, whose idea was it for their duel to be just totally pathetic?
I feel like that was David.
I think it was
mine,
idea,
because it's hilarious.
Yeah,
Sick
I love it.
duel
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's just the shittiest.
It's just awful.
Between like a president that everybody.
Because it's funny. It's funny. Have you ever watched on YouTube like bag fights?
Yes.
They're hilarious.
Which, by the way, Michael Minto's gun, or I guess Booth's gun, which again is historically accurate, is shooting multiple bullets in this scene.
Yeah, it's got one bullet.
Just one
in
bullet.
real life, it has one bullet.
That
But,
gun can fit in the palm of your hand.
That's the John Wayne aspect where he just keeps hitting that.
But
6
he's
shooter
also
12,
like he's a
15
demon,
times. Yeah.
and like it doesn't matter.
This is true.
And he's shooting it with his.
He's not even doing it right.
They're like missing all the shots
And
anyways.
he tells him, he goes, shoot like this. shoot like
no
this.
one dies in this scene.
Nope. These guys really do scare easy.
The Sakaya Swamp.
There we
The
go.
Sakaya Swamp.
That's
or whatever.
all accurate.
Yeah,
Everything's
that's
accurate.
all
Every fact is accurate in
He
this.
says it was before. No, actually, it was after. Because
Yeah.
of course it
Someone's
was
trying
after.
to leave the room
I mean,
quietly.
I just
Yeah.
love this scene between the dynamics of all the presidents and then Brittany involved. Like, it's just hilarious.
The fact that they're just sitting there chilling with her.
Yeah, no, they're just like hanging out. Like, this is a duel. Let's respect the duel. Oh, there we go.
And he's dead.
And then he pierced him.
That too, if you
And,
know anything
Matthew Broussard
about Polk's campaign.
No, Pierce's
Pierce's
campaign.
campaign, I'm
is
sorry.
First you poked him, now let's
Yeah,
pierce
first
them.
you were
Or first we
polked,
poked them,
now let's get
pierce
pierced.
them.
And that
Which
was
is,
their actual campaign slogan.
And that was a
he
line
wrote
pitched
that
by
joke.
Matthew Broussard,
Yeah.
JFK.
Wait.
Okay.
So, as somebody who doesn't know much about history, again, what's with the Joe DiMaggio baseball bat?
All right,
Okay,
we'll get to
David
that.
took that.
We'll get to that.
Oh, buddy.
I guess I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, tell me.
So there's a very common theory.
Hold on, no, real
It's not a
quick.
theory, it's a fact.
I want to listen to John Wilkes Booth dialogue here because he makes so many theater references. That was a common motif.
He does.
wanted John
Oh,
Wilkes
while
Booth to
he's
make
dying?
actor references.
Yeah, I wanted him
Because-
to be a lot
yeah.
kind of like Shatner.
Yeah,
You
William
know,
Shatner, yeah.
Yeah, Shatner, or even like if you watch Futurama, kind of like Captain
That was the
Kirk.
voice he was written in. Like when I
Yeah.
wrote all of his stuff, I was writing in the voice of William Shatner.
Yeah,
with
and that's how I directed them. So what I wanted to do is kind of like he's always on, he's always acting, he's always performing, kind of thing.
which is why all these are theater terms.
Exactly.
By the way, James K.
Blackouts.
Polk I wrote in the voice of Ed Helms.
Look at that. All right, so
Little bit.
Joe DiMaggio. So there's a theory, a common theory that JFK and Marilyn Monroe had a nice little affair together, right? Joe DiMaggio was Marilyn Monroe's husband. He's a famous baseball player, and some say the reason why she might have killed herself. Who knows? These are all theories. I'm not saying any of this is fact, but it's all this kind of bit of ironic humor that you're killing me with a Joe DiMaggio signed baseball bat because I fucked your wife.
That's pretty great.
And then that's why he says almost poetic.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Yeah, and then Happy Birthday, Miss President is what
Also
Marilyn
why he
Monroe
says why it's
saying,
so poetic.
Yeah, what Marilyn Monroe is saying to JFK at the prison.
Because although I didn't write the second and third acts of this, David wrote all the fight scenes. He had
Well,
to.
no, and not
because
to say
I
like
don't fight.
to say that like I wrote the beginning and Ben wrote the end
Is weird, 'cause
is
that was
weird,
the
but,
first
like,
draft. It
That's
was very
still
much
that's still
like
not
this,
really
though.
how it happened. I might have structured the beginning and he might have structured the end.
I feel like I'm not getting any writer credits.
No, you
No,
are.
okay.
We constantly.
Can we not say that this is Judd's idea?
Oh, we haven't. We haven't.
This is Judd's
Originally,
idea for
this
the
is Judd's
movie.
idea. But
And he came in and
I got
made
I got
all
a
the
punch
jokes.
up or two.
but like I said, I might have structured the beginning and Ben might have structured the end, but we still all wrote it together.
I don't think the script
Yeah.
would have been done as fast if we didn't split up.
Exactly, it
at
was
the
a
beginning.
time crunch thing. But no, there were jokes that Ben wrote in the beginning, and there were jokes that I wrote in the end. It
So
was
many
just,
arguments.
I will say this: I showed up to the first writers meeting, and the script was done, and I was like, "What
I
what
love
happened?"
that.
I was like,
Structurally.
Sorry, I
I was
love
like,
that
when are we gonna write
Stonewall
this
Jackson
thing?
reference. We missed the Stonewall Jackson.
We can talk
Which-
about it now.
Coming up, there's a Harrison reference where he says, "I'm so cold." I love this reference.
We
It's
also already
hilarious.
talked about that.
We did. No, absolutely we did. I'm just pointing out that
I think
love
you're
that.
happy.
That's why he says it's so cold. Yeah, it's funny.
I'm so cold.
For the record, nobody's getting more drunk as this not podcast, this commentary.
No one's getting more drunk?
What? I'm getting more drunk.
Yeah, me too.
Oh no. So this is great right here.
Joke, but like I said,
So many Polk references in this monologue where he wakes up.
Okay, yeah. As much John Wilkes Booth research as I did, James K. Polk, I did a shit ton.
This is great.
We're star-crossed
Here we go.
lovers.
We're
We'll always
star-crossed
get a happy
lovers.
ending every time.
Again, I love how
It's an homage to
These
Romeo and
tropes.
Juliet, but also historically
absolutely
accurate.
these tropes have been turned on their heads. Like the hot chick falls in love with a zombie president. I think it's hilarious.
that part reminds me of The Departed, though. When
Well,
the
at least
video
he's
in the
gonna-
elevator, when
He's
the
gonna
elevator,
like he's gonna like be
one.
sexually attracted to her. Unlike
Oh,
Brett,
yeah.
who's a closet homosexual in love with Rudiger.
He's not
Sure.
closeted, he just doesn't know.
I feel like he's actively doing
He's
it.
so stupid he doesn't know why girls are icky.
He's like, what's a closet?
All
It's
right,
something-
so I have to mention. Okay, so because
This
Judd
is one of
was
my favorite
sick,
shots.
because Judd was sick at the beginning of the week, I ended up getting one day. I had a fever of like 105 and could barely move.
Oh.
Jordan lost his voice, was feeling like crap, almost died. We thought we were gonna have to take Jordan to the hospital.
I was planning. I looked up the nearest hospital. Was planning the route. Knew that I didn't have any scenes to shoot for like
Yeah,
3 hours.
we were
I
planning.
planned Jordan's ER trip.
We were
because I
worried.
thought he was gonna die.
Which, as Lincoln,
Like
it
David, you were
worked
pretty
out.
sick for sure.
I
I'm trying
was,
to take that
oh
away
my
from
god,
you.
no, yeah, I was dying.
But I've never seen someone as
But
sick as Jordan
granted, I was dying the day we had to film a fight scene.
But like I'm saying, I've never
Oh,
seen
yeah.
someone as
So, like-
sick as Jordan.
Oh
was.
no, totally.
I just want to say I was sick too, but I took a concrete pill and I hardened the fuck
Right.
up.
Like everyone compliments Lincoln's makeup, and they should because the makeup's extraordinary.
But he was also
But it's
actually
also
dying.
a lot of that is that Jordan is pale as shit already.
What is the thing? I don't know the Ike Benign thing. What is it?
I'm
Oh,
a
yeah,
Berliner.
that's,
He's
when the
saying
Berlin
like
Wall
I'm a
was taken down?
Berliner.
Okay.
It's a famous JFK
Yeah.
quote where he's saying like I'm a German, I'm one of you. But
Okay.
he actually ended up saying it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so-
Yeah.
But
Okay.
whenever you hear Lincoln's voice crack, it's literally because I'm dying.
He's dying.
Yeah.
So here, I'm actually dying as well.
This is
I have a
such a
fever.
cool fight scene,
I know.
though.
I have a fever, and I'm doing a fight scene which
We should-
Travis
yeah.
Travis
Travis,
Hall
yeah.
Travis Hall and I choreographed
Fake
together.
bat, real bat.
Which-
What's the,
Oh yeah, we have a fake bat and a
It's
real
bent,
bat and
it's
a
bent.
fake axe and a real axe. We
These are
switched
real
them up.
swords,
Yeah.
though.
These are real
Mind
swords.
you,
These are
David
very
has
real
a black belt in Taekwondo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and
Yeah.
Matthew Broussard has
Never really got
zero
Has
stage comedy
zero
experience.
so I had
Broussard was
to
amazing.
I had to help him.
But
so
he picked it up like
Yeah.
a motherfucker because he's a Mensa level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He does that
yeah.
cross.
Yeah. So a lot of this stuff is
Yeah.
just is me kind of like, hey, I'm gonna do this. I can do these kicks and stuff because I've been doing Taekwondo for like 23
But he
years.
did his own flip there.
He did. He did, and that's
And-
impressive.
And David, mention the girls, like how great they were.
They were. So they came into my backyard, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna teach you stage sword combat
He
because they
didn't even
didn't have
know
any of
They
that.
just walked into the backyard.
Yeah.
But they both had dance experience, which
They
helped
both
a lot.
they both had movement experience, but it was essentially me kind of choreographing the sword fight scene with them because they hadn't had any kind of stage combat experience. But they did fucking great.
Oh, they were
They
amazing.
did so good.
Yeah.
So much fun
like,
to watch.
This
Look
is
at
the
the
best
intensity.
acting by
Look at the
Brittany, by the
intensity
way.
Brittany's
yeah.
on this.
Brittany kills this fucking
And-
whole thing. She makes it.
I have to point out too, like we had a great composer, but it was our cinematographer James Martinez who was able to compose the music for this scene.
And me, I gotta brag on this
yes,
scene because I
Go
know
ahead. The music in this scene is just amazing.
the drums were me.
I love this whole sequence. I
It's
remember
so good.
when we wrote it, we even if they were montages, we usually wrote all the bits in one location at a time.
Yeah,
Here we specifically split the scenes up.
Yeah, the fight, like we were saying, the fight scene were definitely me and Travis together because I've got an extensive history in kind of like martial arts and stunts, and then obviously he was our stunt coordinator. So he and I choreographed the fights together, both the sword fights and the combat fights. Fuck, they just turned out so good.
I don't want to just I'm not blowing smoke up their ass. I'm not just saying this to make them look good. Like the fact they memorize that choreography. If it was me, I cannot memorize that shit. I'm not good at it.
Well, no,
I
even-
would have cut someone by accident.
He's a fucking
but
genius.
Even Broussard is not a coordinated guy. He told me, he goes, I'm not good at movement. And I was like,
comes
it's
off like
okay.
one, though.
I'm gonna work with you. And he just killed it.
By the way,
Fucking killed it.
I love Brittany in this scene. She got those crazy eyes.
Crazy eyes.
Again, she killed this scene.
She does.
And later on, a
Again,
little bit,
I just said that, Jordan. You just don't hear anything I say.
I ignore you. No. So coming up, there is a shot of Brittany throwing her sword down upon Monica's sword.
That's not true.
Which, David, I guess you can talk a little bit more about this, but this was David and Travis basically holding the blade so that it didn't hurt Monica's
Yeah,
hand.
because that amount of pressure coming down on the blade like that, it's, doesn't matter who you are, it still hurts. And as Brittany's coming down on Monica's sword, it was actually me and Travis holding the sword off screen so she could really clash down hard.
That part with the bat, the swinging the bat twice was.
Also, I want to bring up.
Right there. Wait, I gotta say, right there when Matt hits the bat against my forearms, the bat broke. The bat broke against my forearms. Yeah.
The fake bat, not that.
The fake bat.
The
yeah.
Joe DiMaggio autograph is what's great, right there.
Right there.
Chelsea.
Every single line that
again, Chelsea. Yeah.
Besides
we looked
the
up the
three
real Joe
lines.
DiMaggio autograph on Google and copied it.
Besides 3 lines that JFK has, every single one is taken from lines that JFK have said.
That
From
is true.
speeches, from things like that.
You gotta say something different about JFK's makeup and Lincoln's makeup is they both have gunshot wounds.
That is true.
Yeah.
They both have holes in their head in different places because we wanted to
They're
kind
not just
of.
rotting
I know it might
corpses.
be in bad taste, but we kind
It's in
of.
great taste.
We
It's
kind of
a-
wanted to
it's a
keep
joke.
it accurate that that's how they died.
This shot right here.
Yeah, this is where
But
Travis.
neither of them
That's why we
die
made Bram
from
kind of
gunshots.
blue.
Well,
That is
Lincoln
true.
does eventually, but the first death you think Lincoln has is
Right,
gets lit on
right.
fire.
Yeah. So this is where Travis and I are holding the sword because believe it or not, that's a lot
I
of
love the
pressure.
zoom in with that. That reminds me
Yeah.
of Robert Rodriguez. with
Yeah.
the editing.
Yeah,
Is
Monica would have
Yeah.
lost all 4 of those.
Oh no,
fingers
yeah,
otherwise.
like that's a lot of force coming down on your forearms. So Travis and I ended actually having to hold the sword for her because it just hurts. I don't care who you are, it hurts.
That was those hands?
Yeah.
I mean, even with your hands, it
No, you see her, but we're actually holding it.
okay.
We're taking the blunt.
But
of-
Monica is just fucking powering.
Dude, I'll be
through.
honest with you. I didn't go down there that much because it was so cold.
It's
It was
so cold.
Again,
I
gotta
yeah.
point out that she's in her underwear. That's
Yeah, we
just
can't
such a
mention
trooper.
how cold it was filming
We had
these scenes.
4 different people
I
on
had-
blanket duty to wrap them up in like.
Yeah, it was Chelsea.
I
Chelsea
had
was
on, like,
mainly-
I was staying inside in the heated cabin. I would come down every now and then and check and be like, "Hey Ben, you need anything?" Like blah blah blah. Like,
And then run 'cause it's cold.
And then I would go back in because I was freezing.
It's funny that
and
you
I
were
was
saying that
sick
to me
and
because I was saying that
tired.
to Jordan.
Yeah.
So here-
And then
that
Jordan
was
was
the
saying
rule.
it to David.
That
So
was-
this is like down the line.
Here's
That was the rule. We made a rule. Do not.
Here's
talk
the
to
shot.
David.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't talk to me because I'm so stressed. Here's the shot though. You can see in my face and my lips where I'm actually dying. I'm
Oh, when
actually
you're
sick.
super white, when you're
I'm
whiter than
super
my ass.
pale. My lips are chapped, and I'm actually dying. But I have to act, and
Yeah,
I
you got
have
a
to
white
direct.
ring around your lips.
Yeah, I have to direct, and I have to act. But it's okay.
I thought that was just Jordan.
Nope.
No,
I was.
sorry, no, the white ring around your lips. That's
Oh,
what
because we were making out.
I want to mention
No,
how
I was saying it was a blowjob joke.
this scene during auditions.
Bad taste.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that the
That was
joke
another-
that's in
that
bad
was another-
taste?
that was another
Is that
blowjob
the
joke.
joke that's
Bad
in bad
taste.
taste?
Get it? But
Also,
no.
another reference for the movie.
Wait, what were you saying?
This
It's a
scene
movie
during
bad
auditions, like we were watching it, and it didn't seem like Jake was actually going to kiss her. So we played it out, and I think
the
during
broodingest
auditions you
shot.
actually kissed her because you
Oh, it was it was our chemistry kind of test.
right.
After we had casted her, I was like, okay, we need to test chemistry, and I just kind of told her, I was like, hey, I'm gonna kiss you, and then after that, it then just started all kind of fall into place where it was like the comfort
It worked
level and like,
perfectly,
yeah,
yeah.
everything kind
Hey,
of worked.
we're gonna
perfectly.
miss a lot of president references.
I love the
All right.
zoom in. Sorry, I love the zoom in of Lincoln though, because that chair was so squishy and comfortable that we actually put books underneath you.
It wa-
probably because like you're supposed
That's
to be tall
right.
and
That's
dominating
right. It was pretty
so-
great.
Can we talk about SAG? Because we just
Oh,
made a
I
SAG
mean,
joke that we couldn't afford
we,
SAG rates,
Oh.
and that's true.
It was true on the production. Like as the first AD and the producer, I tried to work with SAG in order to get certain actors qualified for SAG rates.
But we did pay all of our professional actors.
We absolutely
Why-
paid, but
Why didn't we put Ronald Reagan in this?
Because he died too soon. I didn't want
He
to put
did.
in too many people that died super recently.
it had to do with the story.
Because his wife died like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Was it 4 months ago?
SAG was a total headache, and thankfully we found
Also,
out we
yeah.
don't even need them. So as
Don't
a
say that. We might need him in the future.
Although that's funny because
That and like David said, you can have 15 presidents. Don't stop writing too many for
in
presidents.
the original fake trailer
You can't
we
get them
had
access.
Reagan, which I was actually gonna play because I can do a Reagan impression.
Yeah.
But because I ended
Do
up
it.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. I can actually do quite a few presidential.
I don't think I would ever be down for you playing
no, but
Reagan.
remember I was playing.
Oh, in the sketch?
In the
Oh,
sketch.
and by the
Yeah.
way,
Look
that,
at
that was
makeup.
that was my State Farm reference where I had said quote Jake. Yes.
No, in the original fake trailer.
Was it?
Yeah.
In the original fake trailer, I was going to play Reagan, but because I ended up playing the minority character. We took that out because I couldn't play both because it'd be confusing.
But the gunshot wound.
Oh, and by the way, the doll in the background. Let's mention the doll in the
Oh,
background.
Samantha. I
Which-
named her. Yeah, we named her
Earlier,
Samantha.
We still haven't talked about the baby head.
We haven't.
Oh, we will. I will in a second.
No, I thought we did.
No, don't worry. I got
But
it.
look,
we'll do it when she kills.
Even though we're very much aware that Lincoln got shot in the back of the head, we put the gunshot wound on the forehead just because we had
which
to.
it looks
you're not
like
going to
it.
see the back of his head anyway.
Right.
And
Which the doll in the background, Samantha, which was also in the bedroom scene with Michael Minto. That was just kind of a character that art direction kind of put in there.
So
for
all
us.
this arguments are historically accurate, by the way. These are presidents that would think about states' rights versus federal rights.
Sure.
I think David.
It's the main reason why Jefferson and Adams broke up.
Yep.
I think David was so stressed during this, like his hair grew a lot.
Yeah.
Skin tone changed to
Yeah.
little, like you were
Much
tan,
like my bowl
like you were
cut.
tan and had shorter hair at the beginning of this movie.
Well, also just timeline-wise, we changed a lot. But like, yeah, doing like 4 different jobs, 2 very important ones.
That hermaphrodite
I love
joke
this.
was a reference to how Thomas
whipping
Thomas
on
Jefferson
dicks out.
actually calls him a hermaphrodite.
Right.
Sure.
I love when he said, "We're whipping our dicks."
Oh, LBJ.
Oh,
LBJ was
whipping our dicks out.
was
Ben.
played by a board member from
Yes.
Wild Arts Academy.
Yes,
Yeah.
mention that. mention
He
that.
helped us get our locations.
Ben is an alumni.
No, I'm not. Bruce Ryan is one of the reasons how this movie came together.
That is true, and we should thank him for that. So
Yes.
thank you, Bruce Ryan.
We do give him a special thanks in the credits.
Yeah.
And that's also a reference to how Johnson came after Lincoln. Lincoln, although he was dead, would not have approved of anything Johnson did.
Oh, Lincoln did not like Johnson. It was a political move that he
Exactly.
chose as VP.
Yes. So again, we're able to have a little fun with the presidents here.
Poking fun at our ridiculous country.
Yeah, that's the whole movie,
That's what it
man.
is, man.
It's not ridiculous
It's a
anymore.
bunch of cowboys trying to start a country.
No, I
It's
mean-
not a ridiculous country. Our country's great. Our government is ridiculous.
That is true.
We didn't make the movie political. Let's not.
David
make the
burned his
commentary.
hand there.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about that. So coming
Oh,
up,
here we go. John Tyler.
John
our
Tyler.
weird Matt Damon and Team America character. We decided to give him
Matt
16s.
Yeah, demon.
Whatever.
Wait,
the
wait.
fuck
This is important too.
That's actually John Adams' last dying words.
Because
In
John
real
Adams
life.
and Thomas Jefferson died on the same day. John Adams' last words were, "At least Jefferson survives," and it was on the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of
Look at
And
that.
they both died the same day.
So right here, I'm about to burn my thumb really badly. And actually, I remember Monica freaked out about that
I
because
remember that.
she was super worried for me.
I thought when I wrote
So-
this in the script that you guys were not going to want me to say bamboozled.
Yeah.
None of you
Okay.
said anything, so it
So-
stayed in the movie.
So David, mention the stunt coordinator because he was fantastic.
Oh, David.
Yeah, so
Not this David.
the
Here,
stunt
here's David.
performer,
The swinging baby.
his name is David Boyer, and he was a trooper because I got to set him on fire, and he was cool with it.
Love that.
Which
uh,
so let's talk about the fucking baby
yeah.
head because it's right behind me.
Oh, okay. My mom got that for me and Owen as a housewarming gift.
Your mom's weird.
Yeah, she's
So
she's weird. I love her
I
dearly.
also have to mention this was really weird for me.
It looks like something Sid would make in Toy Story.
That's what it reminds
I said
me
that
of,
earlier.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I said that probably.
This
in the
is
first
really
10
weird.
minutes.
Babyface, yeah.
This is really
Talking
weird for me
about-
because
not
mentioning before how sex scenes are not fun and or
No.
sexy at all.
They're not.
The entire crew is behind the camera watching me.
And we're just
I
laughing
was
at it.
against
they're
the
laughing
sex
at
scene
me.
in the script.
Okay, this is the greatest thing ever because AJ, our camera coordinator, our camera operator, was able to follow you specifically for this glass that was set up
Which
to
we
shatter.
weren't supposed to use here.
just had
Michael
an
Minto,
actual-
we had 2 of them for him to break. He got out in the first take, so
Exactly.
we got to save it for them.
So we had one glass. He happened to move up specifically for that shot when he shattered it, and it just worked out perfectly.
Can I say something?
Yes.
You both have very nice teeth. Very straight.
So I've been told.
Like, look at
And then
those
you,
teeth.
and then
Look
you
at
watch
those
Brett and
chompers.
Rudiger and
No, we have terrible. You go to Brett and Rutter, we have the worst teeth in the whole film.
I just
Mine, I
matched,
got one
man.
tooth
It just
going that
it
way.
just matched. It just matched.
Mine are mostly great.
Fun story. I ended up showing this to my family while I was on a cruise ship because I was visiting my brother.
Now he's an orphan.
Most awkward thing to show your family in the world.
Oh, man.
Besides Matthew Prasad.
Oh, they didn't care about that.
No,
They were
saying
very
it's my
upset.
mom.
By the way, I love what the makeup girl, or I'm sorry, makeup team
There you go.
did for Lincoln's half-burned face.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Just fantastic. It took about 2 hours for makeup, but it was just so much fun.
Here's a
and this
great
was
horror homage.
this was an improv joke that we threw in there.
Yeah,
where we,
because I hate when they trip in horror movies.
oh, it was so much fun.
Get the fuck up.
Which, I mean, I guess you can't really see it too much here, but this scene was, like, the location was just beautiful. This little hill just dropped on.
Oh yeah, it's the Idlewild Arts Academy campus.
Yep, we're still on that campus.
This is where we left the
Also,
axe.
I
We had
have to
come
mention,
back and find
yep,
it.
this was the coldest it ever was outside.
People
It was
were like
freezing.
Oh yeah, no,
bundling
my
up,
car was
yeah.
on 2 miles till empty gas,
Yep.
but I had to keep it on and keep it heated because otherwise people would have gotten fucking
Very
pneumonia.
sick.
Yeah.
Very
They
sick.
would have gone out like William Henry Harrison.
Hey-o.
I want to say two things. I wasn't there again because it was cold. Ben sent me home because I was sick. He made me go to sleep.
This is right.
Which I appreciate because somebody has to look after me because I'm not gonna. But the other thing is, look at that makeup. I gotta tip the hat to the
Yeah.
makeup artist again. Because now he's burned.
The makeup artists are the star of this whole movie.
And again,
Hey. Yeah, they were.
again, we did not have to ADR any of Lincoln's dialogue because this is literally me dying.
I just have to point out that visual effects shot.
It was pretty great. I loved it.
It took me all day to do.
It was so over the top that I kind of loved it. So
Yeah.
And the
That's
sound
hopefully
effect.
the theme we'll get for the whole movie.
I have to
This
mention
is a meta movie.
the sound effect is from Thor.
oh,
No,
It's like a
can't say
mimic.
that.
It's like a mimic. Of what?
Can't say that.
No. It's not taken, but it's like a mimic of the Thor movie.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we didn't steal shit.
We played it backwards. No? You guys don't get that? You can play stuff backwards? Alright,
Yeah.
never mind.
which by the
That's
way,
rough.
I gotta say, as someone who didn't write this movie, this is my favorite monologue. Which I know we kind of backtracked on it a little bit, but still, Minto pushed it a little farther in improv, and it was just genius. I loved it.
Again, it was nice that we could write from the beginning, knowing that like my character was racially
True.
ambiguous,
Yeah.
and that's where all of this is.
And we knew that John Wilkes Booth, we couldn't make him a hero.
I like the
Yeah.
We
blood.
had to go back on it at the
I
end.
like
We
the
couldn't
blood spatter on
make
the camera too.
John
I
Wilkes
don't know
Booth
who's-
a good
Right,
The idea
guy.
that was to put the blood spatter from Lincoln on the camera. That was good.
Oh, totally, yeah. Fun fact: I'm actually Native American, so a lot of these jokes are actually pointed at
And he wrote these jokes.
I wrote them, so it's okay. I wrote them because they're
It's
funny.
not like the guy being like, I got a black friend. It's cool. Like
No, like
the guy.
if you
No,
if you
very
can-
specifically this monologue.
If you can poke fun
I had
at
to
the
vet a couple
travesties,
people.
you know, like they're horrible. We're not saying they didn't happen. Like, trust me, I know they're awful. But
Which
Comedy
in a
is tragedy remembered.
yes.
Which, by the way, I think the reason this movie works as well as it does is because we knew the actors coming, most of the actors coming into it, we were able to write for the actors rather than write the characters and have actors fit those roles.
I think Jordan slept through half of this thing because I mentioned that like way.
Hey, here's something we
before.
haven't said. This is the only second unit shot, like day we had, where we actually went back to the original location.
That's true because my hair is super long.
I think we should go back to the part where she pushes Lincoln off the cliff, and instead of his scream, just put that goofy thing where he's like, whenever he falls. Like,
We don't have the rights.
The rights.
oh man.
I think I actually believe.
Yeah, I was. This is the one
The
shoot
sun-
day I was not on set for.
No, the sun is actually setting here, but we like.
It doesn't matter. You've,
Oh, yeah.
I
It's
actually
just when you
never
guys-
knew that.
it's
I
just
thought
when you
this was
guys
the
went
sun
back
rising
up.
for his...
Nope.
This is when you guys went back up, like a month later, right?
Yep.
I never
This
knew that was
was,
the sun setting.
It was very interesting.
This was improv, or I don't want to say improv, but at least
No, but it was
changed
thought
original
on the
script,
day
yeah.
because we had to change something. This little like, not now, not right now. Because
Yeah.
if Jake's a virgin, he's not going to pick up on these like cues.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Yeah.
So
It's a
Yeah.
beautiful fucking area.
We also
though.
had a joke, 'cause
Idlewild,
we saw the
California
screenshots. Me and
is a
Ben weren't
great
there.
place to visit.
Me and Ben weren't there for that last scene with the clip and stuff. We saw the screenshots. And we were like, "Hey, congratulations, guys!"
Oh, yeah.
It looked like total engagement photos.
Right. So here's another fun fact. This is actually my bed, and this
Which
is
we're
actually,
all in right now.
This
We're
is actually
not
my
in here,
room.
we're in front of the bed.
Yeah, this is actually my room.
We're all in the room.
That's
Yeah.
that's the same Joe DiMaggio signed baseball bat behind me.
That is.
That
the best.
is.
Wow.
And again, more horror jokes here, which I love.
Yeah.
We always knew
mean,
that the titled President's Day was going to be the main marketing tool we
I mean, Judd, this was the whole point of why you came up with President
So
Day in the first
I have to
place.
mention here this actor,
had. Joe Coffey.
Joe Coffey. He was the actor in my thesis film back in film school.
Yep.
He's also a fucking Dodge brother.
He is one of the Dodge brothers and one of the
I
nicest
love
guys
This joke.
So
you would
cool.
ever meet.
This isn't India.
India.
Yeah, we're
This is the whole reason that we're called Indians.
I was actually
It's because
surprised
of
that, like,
motherfucker.
With that simple robe and that hat, he looks just like Columbus.
That's my graduation.
He looks a
robe.
little like Columbus.
That's
it's a bit
that's
of a
also
stretch,
my
dude.
that's my
Columbus was
graduation.
Columbus is
Pretty
fat
ugly
as shit.
sure.
Yeah.
Like Joe Coffey's a good looking fella.
So that's
He is.
David. That's David right there.
Yeah, in the
that's my
rolling
name.
credits, the dancers are me because I have a dancing background, believe it or not. My whole family is a bunch of dancers.
But I gotta say, it is nice to have produced a movie that I am proud of. So.
Oh God, yeah.
It is really nice to know that I'm a better rapper than Judd and David.
Oh, I never boasted that I was a good
my rap
rapper.
is way better than yours.
I never said that
My
I was a
rap
good rapper.
is the best.
So I am quite proud of this
You
day.
ask
I remember this
any-
day where David
any
was
fella.
dancing for all of these little
Oh
silhouettes.
yeah. By the way, when we shot this little like me dancing bit,
In front of
it
the
was
green
like
screen.
115
Hottest day of the year.
in LA. It was the hottest day of the year, and I'm dying in a
Yeah.
fucking like black morph suit.
Because as a white boy, I can't dance, so David just took the reins on that.
As a Latino, obviously I can.
I can dance, but I
Alright, you know what?
really loved watching David in his gimp suit.
Oh yeah.
But we have not actually mentioned the song.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is me and Judd rapping.
It's a tribute to '90s, like you remember like
Will Smith.
movies.
Will
How
Smith,
like
yeah.
anytime it ended, he would be like, "Woo!"
And also the guy that shot himself in the head at the
like-
beginning that did the Yankee Doodle, he composed this.
Yeah.
We basically did a history of Dance Dance with a little bit of combination of Napoleon Dynamite, so that was
I'm
great.
actually doing it right now.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing the Macarena. Shit. That's racist.
Absolutely.
Oh, here I go.
Yeah, this is Ben, who's apparently a better rapper than both
Oh,
of
I
us.
absolutely
I,
am.
I'm
Ben,
not
that was
surprised by
great.
that at all. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like honestly. I never boasted that I was a good rapper.
I did.
Rapper,
But hey.
but David.
You know what, guys? We made a movie in a week.
We
so
did. We made a movie in a week for $15,000.
This is pretty great.
Proud
of it. Hope you guys liked it too.
Yeah.
If not, just tell us you did.
There's one final
Can you
joke.
just, like, if
There's
you ever
one
meet us,
final joke.
Just
Here we
tell
go.
us that you like us.
Oh yeah. Fucking FDR.
I think I wrote that one. Was that me?
No,
I don't know.
it wasn't.
I don't remember. I'm
pretty sure
really
it was
drunk
me.
right
I'm pretty
now.
sure it was Judd.
Ben takes a lot of credit for a lot of my jokes. I'm pretty sure that one was mine.
That was mine.
Well, hey guys. I hope you guys enjoyed our drunken commentary on our.
Drunk history.
For the record, we do like each other all in real life.
No.
Friends. Actually, we're all about to go do karaoke.
Yeah, we're all about to go sing karaoke. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the movie, and obviously you did if you're listening to this. So, thank you, and we love you, and bye-bye. Bye.
Let's be real though. None of you fucking watch this.
This is true.